Alright. Naefir, after having teleported behind the hag with your Cape of the Mountebank, you take 3 good slashes into her and deal a fuck ton of damage.
Sounds about right.
However, the rest of the party was surprised, as was the hag, so it's now your turn again. What do you wish to do?
How far above is she? She's not that far above them, is it? She's just in the...
There's about 30 feet distance between sort of the top of the bedroom to her, and then you're right behind her.
Okay.
So yeah, about 30 feet.
I am going to make 2 more stabbing attacks against her.
All right, go for it.
So that's a 16 plus 8 for a 24.
Easy hits, yeah.
Did I mark her?
I think you said you would have done. Actually,
Okay.
I can't remember whether you did, but you can.
It doesn't matter. I
think you'd said last session. Oh, I should have probably marked her or something like that. But yeah,
Okay.
let's just say that she is marked.
You sure? I'm gonna say we don't
Yeah,
have to.
go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, mark her.
Okay. So that's 9 plus 5 for 14 points of piercing for the first hit.
All right, very nice.
And then the second one is 14 plus 8 for a 22.
22 will definitely hit.
That's only a 1, so 5 plus 7 points of piercing. Then, as a bonus action, I'm going to disengage and swim through the green mesh.
I don't think you want to do that.
Well, I don't want to be going the other way.
I need to turn this music down. Stop.
Yeah, so I'll turn it down a bit more.
I'll just turn it down on my end.
All right, so you're going back past the party into the tomb.
No. I'm just going into the room with them.
Okay.
But was there another door?
Yeah,
You would.
We shut the civilians in that like corridor, didn't we? Not the
Yeah.
corridor. There was like another room, wasn't there?
So yeah, there was the bedroom, then a corridor, then another room, which was the trapped room.
No, the other way. Was there another door the other way? Or did we just walk into the room which was just a dead end?
Oh, sorry, yeah. There was... Oh, what was it again? Let me get my map up.
Because depending if there was another room, is if I'd go back into that room or not.
Yeah, there was one there, because it was the room, bedroom, and then... Oh, where is it gone? Right, so yeah, there was the bedroom, and then yes, there was like the laboratory room. And then to a corridor to the trapped room.
So the bedroom was the end of the line then?
Yeah, it was, yeah. So she was like above the bedroom, and there was a gap in the roof.
Screw it. I'm just going to disengage and back up. Like, swim upwards as far as I can.
Okay. Alright, she is instead going to scream at you and say, "You're not getting away now." She swims straight up towards you. You notice that like she's a lot quicker in the water. What's your swim speed? 40.
40, yeah.
Yeah, you see that she's slightly quicker than you. And it's going to go for a claw attack. First attack with advantage because she rolled a natural 20. That's still awful. 15 is the highest.
15 just hits.
Just hits. Oh, she rolled a 7 and a 2. As you take...
Boys, we're in trouble. The only way she's missing is if she hits a nat 1. Oh wait, no, that's advantage. It's the other way. Oh,
Yeah.
we're right.
You take 13 points of slashing damage.
13.
So she goes with another claw attack. That is a 13 to hit. She's just large clawed, webbed hands just swinging for your bottom of your legs wildly. As she's swimming up below, behind her you could see this gigantic kelp-like figure come up and then open itself up straight up behind her, blocking the view between Naefir and the rest of the party. As this large kelp-like forest springs open behind. For her lair action, she is going to... where am I? As this giant kelp-like figure moves in and spreads itself out, two of its large tendrils begin to wrap around Lamorna herself and tighten on her, giving her some form of extra armor.
Wait.
Sanguinius.
I didn't know which way that was going to go then.
Right, so these are both swam through the kelp, did you say?
Naefir attacked her, swam upwards.
Yeah.
So she followed, and this giant kelp guardian, which you'd seen before, came up and enveloped her.
Is that within distance of me to get to, or would I have to?
If you...
My swimming speed, I imagine will just be crap.
Yes, your swim speed is like 15 feet.
Yeah.
I'll say you can run, get out the water, and swim 15 feet up. You don't quite get to her. You could dash and try and close the distance. Or, if you want, you could use crossbow to try and hit her.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to use a crossbow. I don't think it, even if it hit, do like 1 damage. I'm just going to dash to her and then. Yeah. Will it be a sec? Let me just check. It'll be a sec.
What's in the room? Because can they actually get out? If you said the ceiling's 30 feet, that was where all the kelp was.
Oh no, sorry, the ceiling wasn't
kelp was in
30
the ceiling.
feet. The ceiling wasn't 30 feet high, the ceiling was maybe about 10 foot high, so you can jump and grab and pull yourself through, but then you'd have to swim the rest.
Yeah. And underwater combat, would my hammer still do the same damage, or?
It does the same damage, but your attacks are with disadvantage.
Fuck me.
Unless you have a swim speed.
Yeah, right. Could I run up, get to her, and just like tackle the kelp? And try and drag
I'd
it
say
back down. Or
you would be able to attack the kelp. You'd be within distance of swimming to the kelp and take a swing at it.
because I kind of want to get her out of the water, but like grab her and. But obviously I've run out of movement speed, so it's kind of yeah. I'll attack the kelp.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you can drag yourself out of the membrane, swim up, and you can take a swing at the kelp.
How long do I've left on the water breathing, by the way? With about 45
like
minutes.
45 minutes, somewhere around there.
Didn't actually do that much when we drank the first potion.
Just
Lowest
checking, Paul.
was
Did
13.
you
13.
record,
Yeah, as you
right?
take a swing in, you
Yeah.
find it
Cool.
hard to like get a proper good swing in at this kelp-like creature, and you can't seem to quite hit. Roll your second attack.
Oh, I did damage back to that. Hang on.
And
23
A
or
10.
28. 23 to hit.
23.
Yeah, and did 10
That
damage because I rolled the damage.
would hit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where am I?
No, I'll try and trip attack it with that then to try and like. Yeah. That was from a D8 because it's not.
All right, cool. Roll what damage did you deal?
The D8 is another 1. 1 damage.
So how much damage total?
So 11 damage total.
11 total. All right, cool. It needs to make a
DC
strength
17.
save. It fails with an 11. So as you hit it, it twists around your weapon, and if a plant could fall prone, it does. All
Goes
right,
limp on the
DJ, what's
stem.
DJ doing?
I think he might get while
This-
calling an ambulance at work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
DJ is probably just gonna go into attack mode, so he's probably just gonna like bounce off the wall, like do a front flip through the kelp and into the water, and just
Mhm.
swim
I think
straight
try
at
and
it.
back Sang up
Is
first,
is gonna do like the wiggle swim.
All right, cool. To get up to her, she's probably about 50 foot up, so you would have to bonus action dash to get within range of her as
Yeah.
she gets around the kelp.
Uh-huh.
All right, roll attacks.
What's he got? He has his scimitar. Is that what he uses?
Yeah, 2 scimitars.
So a 17 plus 9.
That'll hit.
27.
27 hits.
6, which is 7 points of damage. Would he have sneak?
You're
Or would he
engaged,
be-
yeah.
Or would he be next to me?
He'd be behind.
He'd be behind her. So
Yeah,
he
I
should
guess
have
he can.
sneak-
It's in a
sneak.
3D plane, so he's got enough movement to move anywhere around that.
Yeah,
So
because
yeah,
he
he
would
could be
move
sort
into a position where he would be the most efficient, I guess.
Yeah. You could probably get into a point where you would be in like a flanking position.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Uh,
you're up at the top. She's maybe a couple of foot behind you, like clawing at the back of your legs, and Dar-Jee can be basically any place around her body.
and that's another 12, 13, 14, 15 points of sneak attack.
Cool. So 22 total.
22. And how does his second attack work? It's if he's
It's
Bonus
as a bonus action.
isn't it? But he can't
Yeah.
do that because he dashed.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's all he can do.
You might need to get his start using his cunning dodge or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, his uncanny dodge.
Yep, big
As
dodge.
he takes a couple of swings into her, at the end of his turn, she's going to use legendary action to take a claw attack at him in return. The natural one to hit.
Hell yeah!
He uncanny dodge. No.
I'm gonna uncanny
Alright,
dodge
Enthir.
to that one.
Mm.
All right.
Wait, can he use his riposte? Is that how that works?
Yeah, he could.
On singularity die. Oh, I don't know how many
she
singularity
quickly-
dice he has.
We've
Singularity
taken the.
superiority. Oh, he's got 3. Well, 1 marked off.
Yes, so
Shit.
mark the one off then.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd taken a little short rest recently, but I think he'd made an attack since then.
Fair enough.
So she immediately, after taking swipes at you, looks down at him and dives down with this long, arcing slash as Dar-Jee just pushes himself backwards.
That's a 18 to hit.
And 18 does not hit.
Fuck.
And this time, as he takes a swing in, this large kelp arm axe round, and he just takes a slash at that instead.
Do you have to use a superiority die if you miss, or is it only on hit?
I think you
Yours expended,
do.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yours
think you
does.
expend it.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know if it gave up your reaction and you just like rolled the dice.
No,
if it
I think
connected.
your reaction and your point is to do the attempt.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
All right, Enthir.
All right. I've just got a question. I don't have any hit die. Am I still able to second wind? I don't know if it's free or if you actually use a hit dice.
For a second wind?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think you spend a hit die. I think it's just 1d10 plus your fighter level.
Okay then. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to do that.
It's your his skin that uses the hit die, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's a 7. Really? Come on now. Okay, cool. That's that done. So what is it that am I able to see through the kelp, or do I have to?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
through
It's
it?
like a thin sheet that you can see through.
I'm just debating whether it's a good idea or not to shoot through it.
Okay, testing, lads. Not to interrupt, but can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do.
Okay, I'm gonna bike home right now.
Sweet.
Wait.
Let's see what happens.
Would Enthir know whether it'd be a good idea to fire arrows through the kelp?
Try out and find out.
The kelp is sort of like parts of it are enveloping it at the minute. I'd say it looks like a giant star, sort of between you-ish. There's points where you can try and get shots in, and as a sharpshooter, I'll say you're more able to get those closer shots. But she's currently being guarded by it, so her AC is a lot higher.
That's fine.
It's as if she's got 3/4 cover.
Oh god damn. Knowing that he's gonna be useless, like up close, because he's just got a dagger, because he switched it. He's just gonna try and take 2 shots off.
All right.
For a what is it? Plus 11, so a 16, which I don't think hits.
16 will not hit.
Damn. He will take another one for 16 again. God damn it.
16 not hits.
All
Cool.
right.
At the end of your turn, the Kelp Guardian, one of the tendrils, is going to almost fall off as a visage of. Where am I?
No.
Giant toad-like Bavlorna appears, and Naefir, can you make a strength saving throw, please?
Was that the kelp?
That was Pavlova opening her mouth.
Shit myself.
As
Sorry,
this
boys.
visage of Bavlorna fires out this long, sticky tongue at you.
21. Strength save, you say?
21. Yeah.
Yeah.
As the tongue wraps itself around you, you manage to carve it off, and then the visage of Bavlorna disappears as kelp just floats off. All right, Naefir, it's your turn.
So she's come up to meet me. So this kelp is like sort of shielding her back like a cape kind of thing?
Yes. Like the kelp is huge.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same sort of guardian as before, but now it's just sort of like unfurled itself into this large star-like thing.
Okay, cool.
That seems to be granting her extra actions.
I am going to just go in for another couple of attacks, I think.
All right.
I don't think there's much I can do at the moment. That's a natural 20.
Very nice.
Edited.
Yeah. Let me take a picture quick. That's like a 28 to hit then.
Yeah, he's busy.
For 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points of piercing and 6. So there's 17 points of damage on that first hit.
All right.
And then the second one is 19.
19 just hits.
There we go. We found the number, boys. 6 plus 5, so 11 points of piercing. And I am going to disengage and swim back, round, and down.
Okay, cool. And you managed to get 40 feet back down. So you're probably about 30-ish feet from the opening again.
Cool.
Right, on her turn. Oh, at the end of her turn, actually, she is going to use her final. Actually, no, it's the end of your turn. She's going to use. Actually, no, she's used them all. Never mind. We're all good.
Isn't it
So,
her turn anyway?
Yeah. Well, at the end of her turn, she was going to use another legendary action, but she's used them all already.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
on her turn, she is going to spin round and take a swipe at Dar-Jee
Do it.
with a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Oh.
Taking 7 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And is then going to immediately dive down straight past again. Dar-Jee's already used his reaction.
Okay.
Sorry, Josh.
And
I
going to
did your first turn for you.
No stress,
swim
buddy.
straight
took 40
down and go for another swing at Naefir. Whoops, I
Mhm.
threw my dice on the floor. That is a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
Also, my dice I threw on the floor is a natural 20.
Fuck for that.
Lucky boy.
Thank Jeebus.
Thank
As
the
the
dice
kelp
gods.
now unfurls around her body and instead begins to swim round and then wrap itself around her and expand out even wider. And she entirely disappears from view as the kelp stretches itself out as its large tendrils create a forest that she hides between. Sang, you are actually now within the forest, as would Naefir be. So, Lamorna disappears into a kelp forest until the start of her next turn. A creature must use an action to make an investigation check against a set DC to find her.
Can I just try and break through the kelp with a strength check or something? See if I can peek my head through.
You're not trapped within it, but she's hiding between the kelp now and requires a thorough check to be able to figure out where she is. If you want to attack the kelp again, you can.
Well, I was just going to try and force my way through it, so I can just just.
Sorry, I keep now.
Okay, cool.
Hello?
Hello.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah. So, sorry, my mic for some reason stopped working. Would I have been able to have an opportunity attack against her when she went in, or was she still technically in confusion range or whatever?
You wouldn't have had an opportunity attack. It's like the kelp, disperses itself into this large jungle, and she just immediately disappears.
That's fine. In that case, I'll use my reaction instead to skirmish and move further 15 feet away from it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're 10 to 15 feet. Closer now. So, Sang, if you want, you can just try and swing wildly and see if you can get a hit on her.
Oh, I was
Or
gonna say, when you say within the forest, does that mean I'm no longer surrounded by water? Sorry. Or
so you're in the you're still in the water, but like the kelp itself has almost squashed itself down and then sprang up extra kelp. It's like a kelp forest. It's like an underwater vine
right,
forest,
okay. Yeah,
and she is
fair
just hiding between there.
enough.
Um,
It's like a
it-
subterranean type thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So to try and find her, you need to make an investigation check, or if you want to try and swing wildly, I'll let you take a attack at disadvantage, which you get regardless. So I don't think it makes a difference mechanically to you.
Yeah, because my investigation's bollocks, so I'll just start swinging.
Cool. Swing wildly.
I got a nat 1.
That one.
So 10.
You see a form shift, you swing round, and as you hit the kelp and it all like spaces around your weapon, it's just blank again. There's nothing there.
Right,
She
and
lets
then
out a faint cackle.
Right. From that cackle, would I know she's close, or does it sound far away?
You can make another swing. It's hard to pinpoint it.
Yeah. That's a 23 to hit.
23. This time, if she tries to get in close behind you, you just swing wildly over the head and you clock her in the side of the head. Real damage.
That is a. I have to do an extra d6, don't I? Hang on one
You
second.
do, don't you? Yeah. I think it only
So
rolls
10
2d6 for you.
plus 1, 11.
11. Very nice.
Can I bonus action like grapple her so she can't escape again?
I don't think so. Not unless you have the grappler feat. It's normally
I
part of
don't.
one of your attack actions.
Ah, right, okay, fair enough.
I think it's
Then I'll just
kind
Tamriel
of-
that does that.
I'll look about and just say, yeah, she's
Yeah.
on me, so people know a rough location.
Cool.
Or she's likely to disappear.
But yeah, as soon as you hit her, she disappears again.
Ah, right, okay. I say, I'll just shout, I got a hit on her, but now she's disappeared again.
But yeah, there's this. It sort of stretched itself out to this 30-foot wide just forest, and she is moving there like incredibly quickly. And someone needs to make an action to investigate her, unless you want to like fire wildly. Right, DJ,
Yo.
what is the plan?
Okay, what do I see?
What's recently happened is from the top of the turn, Naefir's taken a load of attacks from her, then swam up. She's chased, and you've chased behind her. And then Naefir's jumped back, like swam back down, as she's followed him. So you're still about 30 to 40 feet away above everyone else in the water.
Okay.
And what you see when looking down is this just long star-shaped forest that's like seemingly appeared out of nowhere.
Okay.
As the Kelp Guardian from before came up and is basically sort of protecting her and helping her to hide.
The Megazord right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
How big is the Kelp Guardian?
It was maybe about 20 feet, but it's expanding on contracting and changing shape. Its full shape is almost like a 6, 7, 8-pointed star as it spreads itself out. At this point, it's probably about 30 foot in diameter.
The forest or the Kelp Guardian?
The
same
Kelp
thing.
Guardian has become the forest.
Okay. Have I seen anyone directly try to attack the Kelp Guardian?
Attack her.
The
Or the
Kelp
forest.
Guardian. The forest.
Sang had made a couple of attacks at it before, and it seemed to take damage. But for the most part, it looks like the Kelp Guardian isn't attacking in return. Its sole purpose is just defending her and providing her with a safe area from you guys. You can also see that Naefir has disappeared out of sight now, like underneath the kelp forest, and Sanguinius is swinging wildly with it, and he just clocked something, and then a little bit of blood started to flow up towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna follow the blood. I'm gonna literally swim as far down as I can, sniff out, and just follow any kind of to try and track down where this person is from the blood.
If you want, you could either use an action to make an investigation check, or else say if you're trying to follow the blood, make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Can you do the perception check with disadvantage for me?
Yeah.
I cannot roll in my current state of affairs.
And I'll say your perception check with disadvantage is just you doing it as a free action.
Okay.
All right. If you want to do that, Paul.
That would be second one. 16.
16. Cool. As you're just following the scent of smell, you push past some kelp and you see her currently like grabbing the side of her head as it's slowly sort of like dripping blood out into the water, and you notice her.
I go immediately. So I've gone down 30 feet. You said she was 40, right?
About 30 to 40. I'd say you could get in there with your normal swimming speed.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna swim forward, make a big push with the tail and the legs, and just dive forward with both scimitars like a harpoon.
All right. All right. Roll your attacks. Paul
If you wouldn't
slash
mind, you know.
Sure thing. The first one is
Paul
a
slash Josh's proxy.
19.
19 will hit.
So it's a d6, which is 1, so 6 plus 15 for the sneak attack.
15 points. Very nice.
So it was 21 for the first hit. And the second is a 2 plus 9, so 11.
11 does not hit.
Hits.
Yeah. Immediately after you take your first swipe, she darts backwards and is lost to the forest again. As that happens, the rest of the kelp forest begins to spin round and change slightly, and it looks like she's disappeared again. Enthir.
Okay. Sorry.
At this point, you would need to make an action again to make a investigation check.
Yeah,
So
that's
there's
fine. I was
nothing
going to
for you
see
to
if that was a thing
immediately
that I could
perceive.
actually do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will make an investigation check
Cool.
of 16.
16. Yeah, as you do that, you see a faint shadow again, like of what would be her body.
All right,
Within the
and
kelp.
I'm going to action surge and take 2 shots at her.
All right, very nice.
Bing bang boom. For a
I'm just going to
dirty
send you a
20.
message, Paul. On
Dirty 20.
Discord.
Yep.
All right. Roll your damage.
So that's a 4 plus 5. That's 9.
9 points of damage. Yep.
And then my second shot is a dirty 30.
Dirty 30. Jesus Christ. Right, that definitely hits.
I rolled a 19, just so you know,
Christ.
for 9 damage again.
Cool. You're using your +1, aren't you? Longbow.
No, I'm using the silk bow.
I think the silk bow only gives you. Oh, is it a +12 and +11
It's
you
a
get?
1d8 plus 5. My +1 longbow is +12 to hit.
Ah, okay, cool. Very nice. All right. Anything else?
No, I'll basically just shout to the boys that I've found her and to follow the blood, because I've obviously just gone and hit her twice.
All right. Sang, your turn.
I'm
Follow
going
the
to.
blood, Sang.
So now we've found her, can I just get to her? Or
Yeah,
just-
you can.
Yeah, so I'll get to her, and I'm going to do my dragon shout to cast haste on myself.
All right, cool.
Oh, here we go.
So, I'll get a minute. Let me just read it. It'll be a sec.
I don't know whether. I don't know whether I ruled it for a minute, but because you don't get concentration on it,
Or is it just a turn? Or
We could just rule it as the haste spell, but you would have concentration on it, so any damage you take, you have to roll concentration checks.
okay, that's fine. Right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll cast haste on myself, so that means I get.
Like I say, I think there's a slight problem with like the one turn that you immediately get stunned for the second
Yeah,
turn.
exactly.
So it's sort of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I was
Not
going to cast it
balanced
on
too
someone
well.
else, but I don't think I can. The Dragon Show. Paul said so.
No.
I'll do it on myself.
So yeah, we'll rule it as that you could self-cast haste, but you have to retain concentration on it as normal. So if you take any damage below 22 points of damage, you have to make a DC 10 Constitution save. If you take anything above that, you have to take a DC equal to half the damage you've taken every time you get hit.
Okay.
But yeah, you have 60 feet of speed, so 30 feet of swimming speed, an AC of 20, and 2 actions.
Yeah.
But your second action has to be an attack.
Yeah. So I will cast that on myself. Then I will.
Also, if your action surge, you don't get that action back again. So your
Yeah,
action surge can't be 8 attacks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It's 2 attacks, action surge, 2 attacks, then haste 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Haste
Or
doesn't
is it
have
next?
2 attacks.
Or is it just
Yeah,
one
that's
attack you get? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
So I thought I read it as well. Understood it as I'd get 3 attacks on that, and if action surge. I get
Yeah,
2
and then you get an extra 2. Yeah, that's cool.
So 5 attacks. So I'm going to also. Where's it gone? It'll be a second. I have to get in to boundary because it's not on that.
Why? What is it you don't have on this?
The shout that's cancelled.
Ah, okay. I will.
Just because I think we changed that to like a bit of a sunproof thing as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it did.
It gives you the haste spell. I'll write out a chart.
Right, so basically, I'll do my first 3 attacks in an hour then. So still disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so the first attack does. Jesus, 11 to hit. Guessing that misses.
Yeah, it's not hit.
Second attack is. Fucking 10 to hit. Oh my god.
Christ.
Third attack
2 to hit.
is 12 to hit.
No.
Making progress.
We're getting there.
You do have inspiration if you don't want to spend it.
Yeah. I'll make it so at least 1 hits and just bump it up to whatever it needs to be.
Yeah, so make another d20 roll.
That was a. Hang on. That was a 13.
13 just misses. Oh, Christ.
So I've got 10, 10, 12, 13. That was ace.
Yeah,
Right.
none of those hit.
That's so upsetting.
Right. Can I bonus action grapple then instead of doing a action surge?
You would have to action surge to grapple her as one of your attacks, and then you
Right,
still
I'll
get
just
another
action
attack
surge
after
and
that.
attack
Yeah.
2 more times. I might get a nat
Yeah.
20.
You can make an attack and then you can make a grapple check if you want.
Yes. A 26 to hit,
26, that'll hit.
and then my damage is 14 plus 18 damage.
Alright.
I'm not going to grapple her because I'm just going to hit
Okay.
her again. So
Right, make another
next
attack.
attack.
I'm home, lads.
16
Wait.
16 hits.
damage is 13 plus another 18, and I'm going to use a superiority die and try. Has she got weapons on her, or is it just like?
She's
what
just
she
using
said?
her claws.
Right. Okay. Then I will menacing attack her then.
Alright.
So it's another. Where's my D8 gone? Another 2 damage. So 20 in total on that last attack.
Alright, another
It's
two
DC 17.
DC
Wisdom saving throw.
17.
That's what it says on D&D
DC
Beyond.
17. Wisdom save. She fails with a 9, but is going to burn a legendary resistance.
Okay.
As she's caught with this, like, suddenly, like, caught off guard by these wild swings around her. Like, she's just getting, like, buffeted, like, side by side, but a lot of these attacks aren't quite getting it. As you just swing upwards and knock her in the chin with one of them, and then swing back down. And she's quickly sees this, like, you see this, like, look of fear on her face as she shakes it off, then screams back at you as her body sort of extends out. Like, so if between sort of like height-wise, fully stretched out, she's a little bit larger than you.
Right, okay. Skinny,
Well, it's
right?
mainly a lot of her limbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. At the end of your turn, she is going to hide between the kelp again, and then just immediately disappear. As you see this force of like water spinning, like swimming around within the water itself, almost this long snake-like force appear, and she just appears out of thin air again, right behind you, Naefir.
God damn it.
Dar-Jee,
Just nothing personal to your back.
your turn, DJ.
He's probably setting up his laptop.
Yeah, if you want to run this turn. Paul.
How is it her turn? Well, how's it?
Is it a legendary action she used at the end of Sang's turn?
Yeah, but then how's it gone to DJ?
Because it was Sang's turn last.
But I thought DJ was before Sang.
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
after.
Sang had a 19, DJ's got 15.
Okay, cool.
So yeah,
in
Sang
that case-
made his attacks, and then at the end of his turn, she used a legendary action to teleport.
Is DJ in the kelp forest then?
He would be, yeah.
Can he see anything?
You can see
He can't,
kelp.
didn't he? Oh, no,
He probably can. He could probably see through the kelp, maybe, to see if she is below. She's not stealthing or anything. So potentially, yeah. He has got quite a high passive perception.
Okay, he's just gonna carry on swimming as far as he can to try and catch her.
Yep. He would be able to get within distance. She's probably only swum an extra maybe 15 or so feet down. Because you swam an extra 15 down? 20 down? With your skirmisher.
I swam an extra 15 when she closed in on me.
Yeah, so yeah, he would be able to.
And that's 2 attack. So, sorry, I'm jumping between fucking tabs.
Yeah.
That's a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Hey.
6 points of piercing and 7 points of sneak.
Alright. Very nice.
Follow up is a 14 to hit.
14 just hits.
For another 8 points of damage.
Very nice. Yeah, you see at this point she's starting to sort of look more battered and bruised. There's like blood at the side of her head and now coming out the side of her mouth slightly. She's considered bloodied.
Wait.
Right, anything else for DJ?
Oh shit, was that my turn?
Yeah. Paul's done your attacks for you. If there's anything else you want to do.
Unless you wanted to do something else.
No, that's it, boys. You know me.
You just
Okay,
chased
cool.
it.
I just didn't realise it was my turn.
Right.
Did
Yeah, we did say I didn't realise you were there. You were there. All right, cool. At the end of DJ's turn, she's going to use another legendary action to quickly spin around and give it a claw attack. That is a 17 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
I think just misses, done it. Yeah.
Yep.
Reg
left the
quitted
chat.
that. It's him
Alright,
so hard he
Enthir.
left.
Rip.
What is the plan?
Hold on.
Um,
Josh, she just made an attack at you and missed. It's up to you if you, whatever you want to do. If you want to use that or not.
I'm absolutely gonna repost that.
All right, repost.
Sweet. It will take me a second to find all my dice. So if someone, actually no, I've got them right here.
I can say I'll leave you to it now. You're back.
He's got his
Alright.
tasty new dice now.
D20. Let's go. That is a nat 20, boys. I'm not even
Nat
joking.
20.
As
Very
is
nice.
customary.
It's my brand new dice.
I was on my D20, so I'm going to start rolling that instead of fucking getting
All right,
all tens.
D20. So I need 1, 2, 3, D6. So it's a 1 plus 5, which is 6 damage, and then my sneak is 2 plus 3 plus 6, which is 11. So 17 damage.
Cool. Is that double dice as well?
Oh no, that was single dice.
Yep. Double your dice.
So let me double that d6. That's another 6.
All right, so 23. With your sneak as well.
Do I double the sneak as well?
Yep.
All roll dice.
All right. We got a 1, a 1, and a 5.
Hey,
So 23, 30 damage total.
it's all about balance.
She takes a claw swing around like long arm. She stretches a bit too far. Like the entirety of her rib cage is exposed to you. As you just take this wild swing in and carve all the way up her side. She lets out this scream of pain. And, like a lot of blood just rises towards the top. She gives you this death stare. Anything else?
Yeah, I sniff the blood.
Oh, right.
And then they're back.
Six it on down.
Right,
Just gets
Enthir,
to
your
slow
turn.
out. So is she come out into view now? If she's behind.
She is now about 15 or so feet above the bedroom.
Okay.
Sanguinius is up in the forest somewhere, and everyone else is like close to around her.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna steady aim and take 2 more shots. Is this with advantage or a straight roll?
Advantage.
Nice.
You don't get disadvantage firing into war. You just can't fire past your range because you're using a piercing weapon.
Cool. Okay. I just wanted to
I think you get disadvantage if you're using a bow in the water, but you're not out of the water. You're just firing it in
Yeah.
to the water.
Cool.
And the ammo can only go as far.
Might sharpen my hammer
Yeah.
so it's a piercing weapon.
Let me
Sharpen one
shoot
side
it
of it.
one time.
Yeah, on the top of it.
Let me fire it. Ooh, do
Multi-tool
I?
hammer.
Do you know what? Because I've got elven accuracy, I'm going to make this first one a sharpshooter shot. For a 24.
All right, 24 hits.
I rolled a 19, by the way, so that's 1d8. So 11, 21 damage.
All right, Jesus.
And because I had advantage, I get sneak on that as well, won't I?
Yeah.
For 9 extra. 6 and a 3.
Cool.
So that's 30 all in all. God damn.
Dirty.
And then for the last shot, for a 29.
29 definitely hits.
For 8 more damage.
Another 8 damage. All right.
And I'll just stay where I am because I've steady end.
At the end of
That's 2 more arrows.
your turn, she's going to use a legendary action to cast a spell and scream out into the open. Who's within 15 feet of her? I think it's just
think I
Naefir
would
and Dar-Jee.
Yeah.
Can you both make a Constitution save, please?
Absolutely. Con is +2. That is a 5, so that is a 7.
7.
I got a 7, so I got a 9.
7.
Failed.
Yeehaw!
As she screams wildly, like this large shockwave dissipates out of her. You both take 7 points of thunder damage and are pushed 10 feet away from her.
Sweet. P-Mill, how much health do I have before this?
Are you on D&D Beyond?
I am, yeah.
I've been keeping tabs on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
sweet.
you've lost like 6 points.
Yeah, you've only been hit once.
And then the thunder damage was how much, sorry?
What did I say? 7 points, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call it 5.
Let's call it easy one.
All right. Naefir, your turn.
All right. How far am I to the room?
Depending on where you were, I think you'd be closest to it, so you'd be pushed 10 feet back towards. You're 5 feet away from the room now, as Dar-Jee is being sent 10 feet the other direction, so he's now 25 feet away from the room.
Okay. That's perfect because I am going to drop down into the room, rummage in my bag, and pull out the scroll that DJ gave me.
All right.
I'm gonna teleport out of here.
Not that kind of spell. It's a good job that you got pushed 10 feet back, though.
Big ol'.
I can't remember. Well, I haven't put it in my items, but it's the chromatic orb, was it?
It
Yeah, it
was, yeah. At 3rd level?
Yeah.
You better do
So-
something epic, man, because I got the Pirates of the Caribbean theme tune on in the background. Do it now.
I'm going to cast chromatic orb at 3rd level, up towards where she is.
All right.
And I'm going to choose. It's got to be lightning damage if we're doing water.
Okay.
Do I have to roll to hit?
I think you do, yeah.
Make a ranged spell attack. I don't think I've got a ranged. Oh no, I do. So that's a 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
So if the attack hits, the creature takes 3d8 damage.
It's 3rd level, so they take 5d8 damage.
Alright. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 points of lightning damage.
15 points.
I rolled like shit.
Yeah. I was expecting some ace.
Nah,
Okay.
I didn't get above 4.
Anything else?
Does Hunter's Mark apply to spell attacks?
I think, maybe?
I thought it applied to any attack you made.
Yeah.
Alright, plus a 6 as well. It did half damage in just the Hunter's Mark.
Wow.
Right.
Either really good or really bad.
It's on her turn. She's going to put her hands out and say, "Enough! Now, I was only doing what my mother asked. I was only trying to get revenge of my sisters.
She's died.
Spare my life, and I will give you what you want."
How close am I?
About 20 feet within her. Second. Naefir, you notice as you do that, she pulls out this ruby dust within her hand, that some of it escapes. Now, everyone just join me back in my bedroom and I will tell you what you wish. Just let me live. Sanguinius, what do you do?
Do I hear this, or am I not close enough?
You do hear this.
Right, okay. I will just... Can I see the boys, or is everyone
Yeah,
back
I'd say
in the
if you
room?
want, you can use your movement to get closer towards.
Yeah, I won't attack. I'll hold an action in case shit goes down and she like tries to do something.
I'd say
just-
with your swing speed now being doubled, you can get down to her position, or if you want to action dash, you can get back within the room.
Yeah, I'll get into the room. Then that's fine.
Okay,
And go
as you
water.
go straight back and get to the room.
So I do not like these disadvantage rules.
All right, Dar-Jee.
Okay. I think would I know what she's gonna do with this ruby dust? Do I even see it?
I would say with your passive perception, you would not. Enthir and Naefir would notice though.
How close to her am I?
You're probably about 20 feet away, but her
Okay.
back is turned towards you.
I would like to, because I don't know what she's gonna do with this dust, and I think I would like to.
Yeah,
dash
you wouldn't know
forward.
she has any dust in her hand.
Okay. Do Enthir and Naefir look like they're gonna make a move on her?
I don't know. Enthir and Naefir, do they look like they're going to make a move?
Enthir will lower his bow just to see what happens.
Okay.
Because we've got the picture, so to be honest, we could just leave. That's what he's thinking right now.
Okay.
Obviously, you won't be able to hear it because you guys are through the kelp.
If that's the case, I want to swim up behind her.
Okay.
I want to hold a scimitar to her throat and to tell her that her life is now in my hands. And what is it worth?
If there's any information or things, I can give you gifts. Perhaps there must be something you want from me.
Hola, Carlos. I will tell her that I will keep the scimitar to her throat. I will tell everyone else to lower their weapons. And I will say, I'll point my other scimitar at Enthir and say, I want his curse lifted, and I want all of your spoils of war.
The curse I don't think I can lift. However, if it spoils you want, perhaps I can make this arrangement happen.
I need specifics, and then I'll poke the scimitar closer
Right,
to her
this is
throat.
happening within your turn, so you don't get much more of conversation than this.
I will hold my action in case any hostilities come our way.
Okay. Enthir.
Well, Enthir's just lowered his bow, so he's gonna wait to see what happens. That's my turn.
All right, Naefir.
I am going to. I'm gonna have to do something here. I'm going to say to Enthir quietly.
Is this in Buzz Meris or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be ready. And I'm gonna cast silence on her.
Okay.
Gonna try and keep it. How far away from the edge of the room is she?
She would be about
Is it like
15 to 20 feet.
15 to 20.
It would silence DJ, but no one else.
Yeah, I'm just. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast it on her, just to encompass her, and then I'm going to as soon as they can't hear through the silence, can they?
They can't.
So I could have a conversation with Sang, who isn't in the sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast silence.
All right, cool.
And then as soon as that's cast, I'm gonna shout to Sang, "Grappler, get rid of that dust."
I'll just say, okay. Yeah.
And then I'm going to just try and jump back up into the water.
Okay. As you jump back up, you're immediately hit with a silence spell.
Yep.
And
that's all I'm doing.
at the end of your turn, she's going to use a legendary action to dissipate into kelp again and immediately teleport 50 feet upwards.
Fuck!
On her turn, she is going to swim 50 feet and dash 50 feet. She is now 150 feet up into the air. As the ruby dust, it just left scatter.
Yeah, could have been worse.
Sang.
Right. I'm guessing I wouldn't have seen her disappear, so I'm oblivious to that fact. That she's...
She has disappeared into nothingness, and you would see a faint shape of her appear much higher, and now she is almost getting to the point where you are losing sight of her.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get back in the water.
All right.
Then, when you say she left the ruby dust to scatter, what did you mean by that?
Yeah,
She just
the
leave
ruby
bag?
dust. It was like a big handful of ruby dust.
Right. Okay.
That would probably fill most of her hand, and her hand is like double the size of anyone else's.
That why it was leaking out, because it was such a large amount. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I'm
Dar-Jee, to your well-discerned eyeball as well, that was 1,500 golds worth of ruby dust.
What a bitch.
It no longer has any proper use as it is now dust. But there we are. Right, Sang, what are you doing?
I was going to swim up to the boys, and I can't get anywhere near close to her, so I'm not even going to bother trying. I'm just going to stick with the lads and hold an action in case she teleports back with some crazy fucking attack.
Okay, Dar-Jee.
Okay. When I got that crit on her, her speed should have been reduced by 10 feet. Was that last turn?
That would have been, so she wouldn't have gone that far. She would have gone 50 feet, 130 feet instead of 150 total.
Okay. I'm gonna swim my movement. Then I'm gonna bonus action dash. Then I'm gonna dash action.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna action dash. Action surge dash.
Okay, so that's 120.
Where
I'd
is
say
she?
you were 5 foot behind her. She is. You got 120 feet. She went 125. Or 125 feet. She's 5 foot away from you.
Does that mean I'm in range to attack her? Oh, I can't. I can't. I've used everything.
Yes.
I will scream at the top of my lizard lungs. You coward bitch! And just see what happens.
Okay. At the end of your turn, she is going to use a legendary action to spawn a kelp figure of Sabbatha behind you. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Absolutely. Let's have it. Oh my boys, I'm not even fucking joking. That's another nat 20. I'm gonna roll that again because I don't fucking believe it. Let me do that again.
No, take that 20.
All right, that is a 9 plus. Is it a save or a check?
Save.
Save. All right, let's have it.
Are you not using your nat 20?
No, I.
Oh, okay.
No. What?
That is.
His
a
dex plus like a plus 50 anyway, so I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah.
plus 9, so it is an 18.
Yeah. Yeah. You see this vision of Sabbatha appear behind you and fire out this string that attaches to her, and then to you. You kick it off just as it's about to hit you.
Go on, lad.
Get off.
All right, Enthir.
Right.
Sabbatha is about 145 feet away from you.
Okay. How far away is DJ and the kelp thing?
The kelp thing has basically disappeared at this
Is
point.
it within
It's sort of just
120
floating
feet?
there. The kelp thing would be, but it doesn't seem to be moving at all. She seemed to have been controlling it, and it is now just sort of like floating there lifelessly.
That's fine then. I will use the last 3 charges of my bow.
Mhm.
Considering she didn't do her word, and I am going to fire an arrow and speak Ethereum Subsinctus.
All
I
right.
think I read it right.
Yep.
To teleport myself to the kelp in an
Alright.
unoccupied space.
Cool. How far does it let you? Does it let you teleport?
Within the bow's normal range.
Okay. Cool. So.
Which was why I asked whether it was within 120 feet.
Oh, sorry. The kelp's quite close by. The kelp's about 40 odd feet away.
Oh.
If you wanted, you could move up, swim. You could probably move about 10 feet, swim an extra 15, and then be within range of her to hit her, and then teleport.
Because
But you just
basically
would be
my
within
idea
range of an
was
attack.
because I thought the kelp was right near DJ, so I
No,
was just going to
DJ's
teleport
yeah.
to the kelp and then just bez it over to her.
The kelp's about 30 to 40 feet above the room, and it's sort of just floating there. She is like 130
Could
feet
I just fire it in that
from the
vague
bedroom.
direction and then just teleport to it when the arrow stops moving?
What's the maximum range of your longbow normally?
Maximum range is 150 to
50.
600.
So
I could go 150.
I think it needs to embed into something.
Mm-hmm.
So you can hit her with it and then teleport to her.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let me just check. Is this a bonus action? Yeah, it's a bonus action. Cool. Yeah, so I'll just
So,
fire
yeah.
at her then. I thought it
You
was
can-
120, but that might be a short bow.
Yeah, you could go to her and teleport to her. Then you just have disadvantage on your attacks against her, but you are now close enough to be able to
Yeah,
stop her from
that's fine.
escaping.
So I'm just going to take a shot for a 25.
25 will hit.
And then zoop over to her. Would you allow me to swap to my dagger to use my last attack? She said it's weapon swapping.
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
Roll your damage for your attack first.
Sweet. For 8.
8 points of damage. Alright. DJ is within 5 feet of her, so you would get sneak attack as well.
Oh, sweet. For 10 extra damage.
Alright.
Rolled a 6 and a 4.
Very nice. And now for your dagger.
So my dagger is +9. Let's have it. For a 19.
19 will hit.
For 8 more damage.
Very nice.
You
At
should have
the
talked.
end of your turn, she is again going to use a legendary action to disappear as just this little few tendrils of kelp appear and then teleport another 50 feet upwards. Naefir. So at this point, she is 180 feet away from the entrance.
I'm going to like climb, get into the water, swim my full distance, which is what, 30 feet.
Yeah, I see you get 30 feet up.
Bonus action, dash another 40 feet.
So you'd be 70 feet. She would be 110 feet away.
And then I'm just going to have to pull out the bow and try and take 2 shots underwater. Which would be disadvantage, wouldn't it?
At this point, yes, it would be. Also, would be disadvantage because she is at the point where it's quite dark under here now, and you're at a distance away that she's more difficult to see. But yeah, roll your attack with disadvantage.
That's a 14 and an 8 for a 19.
19 will hit.
Fucking 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus another 6 for Hunter's Mark, which is a 12. Are either of them two engaged with her?
They are not. She gets teleported away.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they teleported further.
You also have disadvantage on the attack roll, so you wouldn't get sneak.
That is true. No matter what, anyway. And that is a 5 plus 11, so 16.
Cool. How much was your first damage?
12 total.
Cool. Yep.
The second one hit.
Second one hits.
4, 9, 14 points on the second one.
All right. Your first one hits her, and she begins to slow down. The second one stabs into her lower jaw, and you hear as her body stops moving and floats.
Then she does a legendary reaction, gets all the health back.
As the second phase, the kelp forms around her. No, how do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna like be swimming as fast as I can, trying to catch up to her. Seeing that she's getting away and moving more ground on her, I'm just gonna draw 2 bows in on my, pull 2 arrows on my bow and fire them as they just sort of like circle around each other. You know, like the two-tailed fox style. And sort of impale her as they pass by DJ and Enthir.
Yeah. As you spin around and pass through her lower part of her body, she just is hit by the impact and just floats upwards. And she is no more.
I'm just gonna call out into the depths. Retrieve the body!
As you begin to do this, those who are close enough, I think it's just Sanguinius still in the room, the membrane begins to shift and shimmer and then thin.
We need to
What are we
get those
doing,
people
boys?
out. I'm gonna go for the body, like Naefir said.
I'm just gonna let everybody know that the membrane's doing weird stuff, and we might have to hurry up. And I'll. How long will I forgot on the breathing? About 40, 35
45 minutes still.
Yeah,
You've
right.
spent like 36 seconds in combat.
Alright, okay.
That's
We've
so
travelled
wild
pretty
to
far.
think.
Yeah. I'll just start. Yeah, I'll just shout. The membrane's going dodgy, and I'll swim
The
back
membrane's going dodgy.
down and start.
All right.
Well, I'll
Oh,
wait for the people to get in the room with me before I move out the room. because I don't want to just leave.
Alright, so Sang is waiting for the rest of the party. Enthir is swimming up to get the body. DJ, what's DJ doing? Considering you are all maybe 100 or so feet up now, between like 100 and 120 feet away.
DJ's going for the body for sure.
Okay, so both of you going for body. Right, Naefir.
I'm gonna head back down. Just try and find. Actually, I'm gonna examine this kelp. What's the kelp doing?
The kelp is now
What's
just
the kelp
floating there
doing?
lifelessly.
So it's sort of like like it was being held together by her will. Cool. I'm gonna swim down to the room. Has the membrane given up, or is it sort of like in the process of disintegrating?
It's in the process, and now there's a small little rip in it where water's starting to trickle through.
I'm gonna.
It's like you don't have long.
Shout to the boys. Double time!
Alright, so what's the plan? Are you guys going back for the rest of the people?
I mean, how many breathing underwater things do we have? Because we only need to take.
You
a
have
certain
3
amount.
left.
How many people are in the room? I can't remember. About 10.
I think there are 8.
Like 10.
8.
One of which is an Argonian.
So
I go
7.
for my wife immediately.
Alright. So immediately going back to the room, you are greeted with a cacophony of voices as water is starting to leak into the tomb itself. Opening the door, you see 8 scared individuals, now up to their knees in water. Who are you picking to come with you?
Who looks the richest?
The richest.
Leave them behind.
There'd be a couple of merchants. Where am I?
Any army folk, Claire, or is everyone just like a normal dude?
Are there any people that look like they can hold their breath for a decent amount of time?
What would that look like?
I don't know,
Can
like
we
fucking
breathe
ask
into
him.
the bag of holding and use it as a...
Would have a bag of building do
We
it?
don't have one.
Marky has it.
See how holding breath works. A number of minutes equal to 1 plus their constitution modifier.
Just ask
What's
him.
the
like-
average?
just ask him. Can anyone hold the breath underwater?
What?
'Cause
I mean,
that's the
everyone
only way
can
they're
do
gonna
it.
get out.
But, yeah.
You know what I mean? Stop being rules as said.
Words as intended.
Yeah.
Everyone hold the breath. We're going to time you.
Fuck
We'll just
off.
have to pick 3 people and just fuck off.
I need to do some maths. From this distance, none of them would be able to hold the breath for the amount of time it takes to get up there. It's about 500 foot up, and the one who seems to be in the most shape had cut it short by about 50 or so feet.
Right.
I'd say we go for rescue breaths when we get up. I'll drag as many of them as need be to the surface. If you lot have got extra breath, let's just drag them as far as we possibly can. Even with a couple of extra feet, we could probably expel a little bit of water.
Well, I mean, half of them will be able to get up there, no problem.
Then send them now.
Yeah. So just like dish out the potions and then tell them to double time it.
3 of them would be a little bit short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Yeah, 3 of them would be a little bit short. The other ones wouldn't stand a chance. There's a frail old Breton lady who looks like she would definitely need one of the potions.
Give the potions to the weakest.
Mhm.
Okay.
we'll go from there.
If we could, this is probably a DM question. So, if we were to empty our water skins, and would that give someone a 1 turn of breath?
I would say you would get maybe about 20 seconds, 30 seconds out of it, so you'll probably get another person up.
Per water
Is
skin,
DJ's wife an
or...
Argonian?
But how
Yeah.
would you empty a water skin to get air into it when there's no air?
I'll drink it.
Is
Well,
the
there's
only-
air still in the room, isn't there?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, we're not opening it underwater.
I'm gonna say, like, passing breath between each other wouldn't work because we were underwater and we're water breathing. Unless
Yeah.
the water gets turned into air in our lungs magically. I don't think that's how that works. is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
But I don't know how.
But if we can, like,
Gills.
it's either that
Oh,
or
cool.
like try
So you
and
managed
find like a
a way
leather
to
bag
find-
or
to
something.
get
to
4 of
balloon
them
it.
up.
How many's left?
There's one that wouldn't be able to hold his breath for quite as long as another 2, and the other 2 would be maybe about 50 feet or so short.
So
Give the potion of water breathing to the Argonian.
The other one will be, what, 200 feet short.
so the one that's 200 feet short. How does drowning work? Is it you drown and then you're straight dead, or do you have?
We wouldn't know until we try. Let's
Do you
just
go
try.
unconscious? I don't. I'm just trying to.
Underwater, or
Yeah, I think Josh was just saying that for banter.
so what I mean is that there's only 2 who are having issues, right?
So how many people have issues?
3 would do.
Okay, so let's just take them as far as we possibly can. Everyone that can breathe underwater, you make it your priority to get everyone else up.
Yeah. At the start of its next turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying. So 3 of them would run out of breath. One of them 200 feet before it gets to the top, the other 2 50 feet before.
Okay, well, in that case, we just try our very best.
Yeah.
I'll breathe
Okay.
into this man, and we just go as far as we can.
It is what it is.
With my like full movements, well, not full, probably like movement and bonus action. Would I
Mhm.
be able to pass
You would
oxygen
probably be able to
into
drag
another
one of them.
person? Well, I'm thinking more as if I can make runs to the surface, grab a mouthful of air, then come back down and breathe it into them.
Let me have a look.
Only when like they get close to the surface, but I'll try and drag them as much as I can. And if not, whatever
You
doesn't make it, we've got a
could-
couple of potions.
Potentially do that twice, yeah.
Okay. Is the
With
is
your
the-
swimming speed, then definitely, yeah.
Is there a boat up top? Do I
We've
remember?
got the albatross.
Mhm.
We don't have a boat.
That's not what I. How big's the albatross? Can we all get in its mouth?
No.
How big is it though?
You can fit 4 of you on with little issue. Any more, it would move at half speed.
We
Oh,
just
fuck, I
need.
And all of those, it probably wouldn't be able to carry them all.
That's fine. Most people have water breathing. All we need is for the people that are definitely going to die to go in its mouth.
Okay. You won't be able to get into its mouth, but it would be able to carry you on its back.
We can swim.
The surface?
Yeah, cool.
It's going to have
Alright.
big old lungs in it.
Naefir, can you make me a athletics check?
Athletics is
Yeehaw.
a 13.
13. I'd say you would be able to manage to get one more person up.
Can I grab like a boat or something and try and make an air pocket and bring it down?
Within this time frame, no.
We're
Alright.
just gonna have to go. Whatever, like everything that passes out will float to the surface, and then we'll
Cool.
have to deal with it
Sanguinius, are you doing anything to help these guys, or are you just going to swim straight up?
Yeah, I'll well, I've got a water potion for breathing underwater, so I'll give that to one of the weak. We're
Okay,
putting the weak
cool.
people on the albatross, or
Yeah,
We was
the
gonna
issue
give
at
the
minute is
weak
gonna be more
people the
surface.
water breathing
Yeah,
potions,
so
and the
I'll
stronger
give the old
people
woman
can
one
take
of
the
the
albatross.
yeah
Okay,
one
cool.
of the
Yeah.
old women.
Yeah,
whatever,
I've
woman.
sorted that you've given 3 potions out. You've
Mhm.
given another one an empty water skin to be able to get that last bit of breath.
I have
Yep.
water. skin as well.
I've also got it that Naefir is going to like breathe into other people's mouths or whatever to try and give another person a breath, which is succeeded with 1, so you still have an issue of getting 2 up. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Can't the albatross
I'll just
just
leave it
take
to
the last
fit.
2 people up?
Not within the water, no.
I mean, I have an extra water skin.
Yeah, we all
I
have a
also have
water
water
skin.
skin, and I also have the lungs.
Okay, another water skin will get the other person who could breathe their breath the longest. Now, the only issue you have is the one who can't hold his breath, who had run out of oxygen within 2 minutes of swimming up.
Who's the fastest swimmer here?
It's actually
Naefir.
Naefir. He's
Naefir?
already
Yeah, I'm already
got
maxed out.
his job.
DJ has a swimming speed.
Can't you just grab
What's
him
the
and swim as fast as you can,
Argonian-
see how far he can get?
Yeah, I'm just gonna swim him as fast as I possibly can. If he
Then
gets
give him
the
your
breath,
water skin
Okay.
full of air.
he's gonna
If
die.
you want to make me a athletics check, this time with a high DC, then. Dar-Jee.
Just because my swimming's dog shit, so there's no point in me taking anybody.
Yeah, I don't
You're
have the
struggling to
swimming
get up
speed.
with your heavy armor up.
Athletics is a. Let me find my d20. It's a +9. What do we got? 14 plus 9, 23.
23. I'll say that manages to do it. As you manage to swim up and drag the last person with you, being able to move as a swim, bonus action, and action dash. You just drag the last person up. He's probably going to suffer from the bends, but you know, that's a problem for later. You manage to
The
get
albatross have
all
a decompression chamber.
8 of these people up and onto the albatross, while the rest of you manage to swim along back to shore. And those with what breathing potions and slightly better swimming capabilities to be able to do the rest, and the albatross swims back to into water. All right. Dragging yourself back onto the pebbled shores and getting a large deep breath of relief of now being out of the water.
Well done, chaps.
You manage to save everyone as the albatross now pops back into a feather and everyone falls onto the ground. As the entire group seems to be extremely appreciative of getting them out of that issue.
Does the town seem hostile towards us?
The town is still bustling around, but no one has noticed you yet.
Okay.
I would like
Uh,
to speak to everyone who was able to hold their breath long enough to make it up unaided.
All right.
I want to gather them all
There would
around.
have been
How many we got?
unaided. There would have been 3 of them.
All right. What am I looking at?
You are looking at a. Where is my?
I'm back. What did I miss?
Nothing.
Fair enough.
Excuse me.
The orc had been killed. The Breton had been killed.
Classic.
Argonian survived.
Guillotine.
Wait, what happened to the Breton?
Brendan.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and a Bosma had been killed.
Generally thinking
So-
about it now, that Breton is probably the most memorable thing I've ever done in this game. I've got vivid memory of her just floating with like the sun peering through the water above her.
Right. There is a female Bosma by the name of Elreneth Seabrook, a female orc by the name of Ragbul Muznag, and a male Dunmer by the name as Phytus Elsinbinder.
Alright, I gather them all round. I usher over the Argonian lady.
She comes towards you.
Cool. You guys held it together out there. I'm in need of a crew. If you have the mettle to step back into these waves, you call me and I'll make it worth your while. And I'll give each of them 50 gold pieces.
Oh shit. Well, I don't think half of us are in the time that we left, so we are in need of gold and occupation. Who might I ask for if I call, and where might I find you?
You ask for Dar-Jee Ironclaws of the Fork-Tongue Marauders, and you find me in Solitude. I'm somewhat of a big deal there.
Well, if you're a big deal, we shouldn't find trouble trying to locate you.
Oh, you may find
I
trouble.
thank you this day. I thank you this day, and I will make my way over to Solitude now. And do you have a ship already, or is that something for us to find in the meanwhile?
I have a magnificent ship. You stay low, keep an ear out, and we'll be back for you soon. Use this gold to take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see all three of you soon, and we'll set sail to Golden Shores.
Well, great stuff. See you then.
In a bit.
As the three that you notice are the female Bosma seems to be carrying, or seems to have, like, I guess, a similar sort of like posture and pose to what Naefir and Enthir both have.
1 sec.
Oops.
When you say
like,
do you mean like the way
She
carries
seems to
herself?
have like the elegance of an archer.
Okay,
The way she carries herself.
cool.
Thought he was gonna
Uh,
say she's like old as
Handle a
fuck.
harpoon, love.
Oh, it's,
Ah, it's fine. We can fire it from bows. Don't worry about it.
do you guys want to take like a little couple of minutes break, or 5-minute break, or whatever? Grab yourselves a cup of tea or
Can do.
a drink. I'm gonna
Yeah.
write some stuff out.
Nice, man.
Pause.
I forgot.
Okay, classic.
Nice.
I think it was it was something about the guys, something about someone who.
Oh,
looked like-
okay, so yeah, the dark elf seemed to have like vague looking sailor attire from Morrowind.
Okay, beautiful. I will pull up to him.
At this point, they've walked off and they've gone their own way.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
Probably good to record now, by the way.
I am recording.
Well, I will memorize hard each of their faces in my mind, and I will remember that I sent them to Solitude, and that I have potentially 3 half-decent crew members
Mhm.
that I've plucked from the void, and I'm their only lifeline because they have no idea when they are, and I've just given them enough money to live for at least a couple of weeks.
All right.
Wouldn't most commoners live off like 5 gold a year?
Probably, yeah. I mean, yeah, a very little amount. So you've given them a lot of riches, so they're more likely to actually stick around for you.
I should hope so.
Was that 50 gold to just down 3, yeah?
50 gold to each of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'm just going to take the gold off now before my laptop.
Each of
dies.
them are all 7 in total, do you mean? Or 8
So
in
there was
total?
only 3 of them that.
Yeah, 3 of them each. Yeah. Kept.
There was
Cool.
3
Ones
of
that
them.
were true worthy.
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
ones that needed potions and stuff. I'm not fussed about.
Okay, cool.
And then I will nonchalantly approach the Argonian woman.
Alright, she greets you in kind.
Do you have somewhere safe to go?
I'm not sure, but I think I'll find my way.
Where are you from?
Well, I was originally from Blackmarsh, but I've travelled here and there, and now I've travelled forward in time. It seems.
Well, should you like to go on any further adventures, seek me out.
Adventuring is not really my thing. I was a cleaner and a baker before this, so I think that's enough adventure for my life. But thank you.
Well, every great ship needs a cleaner and baker. I can promise you adventures beyond your wildest dreams. And riches far beyond that of a common maid. And then I offer my hand.
Make me a persuasion check.
All right, let's go, boys.
For
What
quite a
that
high
charisma score?
DC, because she's
Well,
already
that
seen
one.
you
Okay,
kill
here's a
like 2 people.
16 plus 7.
22. 23.
Wait, who was the second person that DJ killed?
I only killed one.
I mean, you've
Same.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
sorry,
killed one.
yeah.
Instead of taking your hand, she gives you a small handkerchief and drops it in your hand.
Okay.
I will have a think of this, and for those that you've told your name and location, if I change my mind, I will seek you out.
Until then, farewell. And then I turn around before she has chance to when I walk off.
All right. So, what is the plan of action, boys?
I'm gonna weep silently into that handkerchief.
Oh, that's got to go a different way,
The
but all right.
handkerchief is at this point very, very drenched.
Good, it'll hide my sadness. Can Argonians even cry? Do they have tear ducts?
I don't know.
Pretty happy.
You're like one of those lists that sprays blood.
Oh my god.
That sounds about right for DJ.
Yeah, it does. Okay, sweet. I'll rapidly wipe away the blood from my soggy faucets, and I will join the chat.
All right. What's the
I'm
plan?
gonna need to
boys?
replace all these arrows that I just fired.
And we
Yeah,
search the
you-
body.
You're welcome to go back and find them if you want, Enthir.
Searching the body of the hag. Other than she carries the necklace around her with another little locket
Mm-hmm.
with a picture of the Raven Crone inside, matching it to the picture of the one that Enthir took. The Raven Crone has not changed at all.
Has everyone else changed?
There's only a picture of the Raven Crone in this one. In the sort of family photo that Enthir had, the 3 hags were human children about the age of maybe 7 to 10, and had no appearance, hag-like appearance whatsoever.
Didn't
were
we
just
read
nod
something
children.
about the first era somewhere, or have I dreamt that?
Yes, it was written on the back.
Okay.
which at this point would be a few, like 3,000-ish years.
Yeah, a good few thousand years.
Do the photos look to be in similar condition? Or would we be able to tell that one of them has clearly been taken way after
The one that's in the log, it seems to be slightly newer. If you want, you can make me a history check. See if you can try and get any sort of dating of it.
History -1. Let's go. That is a 9 total.
9. I don't know. A couple of 100 years, maybe a bit longer. You're not 100%.
Sweet. So if we know that there's at least a couple 100 years between it, and she hasn't changed
Yeah.
at all, I think it's safe to guess
Her
she's
appearance does not seem to have
very
changed whatsoever.
similar. Okay, I think we're going to be safe with this scrying then, chaps. Okay.
Alright. What is the
Who,
plan?
who needs to rest? Are we still in the water at this point? Or are we just-
You're
got onto
basically
the
on the
beach
shore.
instead.
Yeah, you're on the shore at this point. You have the dead body of the hag with you, and everyone else seems to have gone their own separate ways.
Okay,
Are
I would
we
like
in the
for guys.
village or are we like down the shore?
You're down the shore.
I would like to scope out the village real quick and see if we're going to be met with a horrible welcome.
I'm just gonna
Make
drag
your stealth
the
check.
body.
I was gonna say,
check,
if we
let's go.
have the hag with us, they'll just be like, oh, cool.
6 plus 8, 14.
14.
Mhm.
There are wanted posters.
Yeah, having a look around, there seem to be like maybe one or two villagers that are still patrolling the area, but a lot of them look like they've mainly gone back to their workday jobs.
In that case, I'll go back to the hag with Naefir and help him beach this whale. And I want to take it to the tavern. where we
Okay.
promised this guy we were
Are
gonna
you
be-
just dragging the hag down the street?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Hag's
gonna
hair
hang
in
it up
one
in the
hand.
middle of the town. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Hag's
say,
hair
just
in one
hang it up.
hand, dragging behind me, scimitar on my right shoulder. I'm just gonna strut down the thing as though I did it all myself, and these are just helping me out.
I'm just gonna leave
So
you to it. Yeah,
As you
can
begin
have
to
it.
do that, you see like one of the villagers going for a harpoon and immediately lowering it and spinning around and shouting, "They've done it! They've killed the witch! The strangers have killed the witch! We're safe! They've killed the witch!"
All right.
As like you hear a bell ring like across the village as these voices are echoing around. One of the like a slightly younger Breton female comes up and gives you this fish, which is still like a little bit to the point of rotted, but in some the only thing they can really give in gratification is what they have on their stalls.
I immediately take it and present it to Enthir. You should eat this fish, Enthir. This is their gift to us.
I feel like you should eat it, DJ. You love your seafood.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly. I'm so full after killing this hideous beast, and then I walk off and leave him with the fish. He'll eat it. You see.
At this point, you're getting to have this like crowd of maybe 10 or so people following you down.
Could I prestidigitation the fish away?
How would you do that with prestidigitation?
I'm not
I
sure
don't
that's
know,
how that works.
I just kind of want to hide it and then just
Probably
like
eating it.
put it somewhere else.
Hide it in your mouth.
I don't want to eat it.
I guess with prestidigitation, you can make smirk or sparkles, then drop it or hide it in a pocket or something.
Yeah,
If you wish.
I'll just hide it in our pocket to spare their feelings. As he just pretends to eat it.
Come on, performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
Make
performance
me a,
check, here we go.
make me a performance or deception check.
I've already rolled
Deception check.
performance.
All right, cool.
A 13.
13. As far as you can tell, you're pretending to take a bite into the fish, and You seem to pull off a somewhat alright job of showing that you're enjoying it.
The little
As the
physical-
girl
Proud, Enthir.
nods
Yeah.
nods with wide eyes. Right, as you
I
get to the
start
tavern
tearing up 'cause
door
it smells
and
that
step
bad.
in, the sort of like quiet cold rabble inside seems to immediately stop as you drop the body of this large looking hag just onto the ground.
I will walk up to the nearest drink I can find, take it off him, and drink it.
Alright.
Are you going to return that blanket or what?
I was about to after I'd had me drink. I need that warmth. don't I? Is
Why
the
is it
guy
still
I
playing?
took the blanket from still in the tavern?
At this point, he's not, no.
Just give it to the barkeep.
Yeah, I'll give
He'll
it
know
to
it
the
belongs to.
At this point, the barkeep shouts, "Free drinks all round! Our town is saved!"
Here we are the Beastly Boys, and we have done away with the beast. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. And then
Just
drink my
in the
drink.
background, I can't stand it.
As a lot of them raise the tankards up. The Beastly Boys! They've slain a beast!
That's probably like the one good thing we've done this campaign.
Actually,
As the female waitress begins to find some a quill and some scratch of paper, begins to sit down, loop to one side, and begins to write something up.
how far away is she? Can I see what she's writing from behind this tankard? I'm extremely interested.
It's going to be a
Yeah,
bad.
nosy, but all right.
Yeah, as you having a look around, having a look sort of around her shoulder, she seems to be writing words with Beastly Boys, and around it sort of feast, gratitude, things like that, and seems to be writing down
That'll do that.
various parts to what could be a song she is writing.
Okay.
It's going to be an absolute toe tapper.
Looking at you, she says, "Oh, I finally found inspiration for a new song. It'll be a work in progress, but once I have it ready, I can perhaps sing it to you."
Nothing would please us greater.
I'll say to Dar-Jee loud in front of everyone. Maybe you should tell the whole town the story of how you single-handedly brought down that hag.
Well, Naefir, and then I'll just stand on the table. If you insist. She
And I'm just
came.
gonna sneak off into the back of the room and hide in a corner.
I am probably quite caked up by this point, and I will embellish them with every possible ounce of lie I can to make myself.
Right. What exactly is it you're saying
Mention
to them?
how you definitely did not kill that orc.
So, I saved everyone single-handedly, slaying the beast while Sanguinius over here cowered like a mouse child. The elves were nowhere to be found. I too rescued them, one under each breast, as I swam, pushing every last villager to safety by myself. It was incredible.
As you're doing that, they're sort of hanging on every word. As you finish a sentence, you raise the glasses into the air and cheer.
And then, to finish it off. But this is not about me. No. Yes, I was incredible, but this is not about me. This is about your village that I saved single-handedly. Feast! And then I'll down my drink and I will buy another round for everyone in the town. The Beastly
right.
Boys and Dar-Jee Ironclaws, but mainly Dar-Jee.
The Beastly Boys, the
And mainly
Argonian
Dar-Jee.
hero.
If any of you should wish to take up arms and adventure with me, you will find us here in the morning in this very lodge. And I'll raise a cup to the bartender and or landlord.
All right. Make me a
That has to
performance
be a
check.
performance, yeah.
Performance, let's go, +3. That is a 19 for a 22.
22.
Jesus.
He's got the charisma of a goldfish.
What's your charisma modifier?
My charisma modifier is +3.
Right. You get a total of 8 people who seem to be interested.
Incredible. All right.
They also like exchange details. Said they're actually looking for work now,
Okay.
perhaps away from the city.
Cool. I will instruct them all that we have urgent business with the Jarl of Solitude. And then I'll tell him that I am amassing a crew and I need strong, able-bodied fighters to join me on my noble quest. And that they should
Alright.
look after their village, set their affairs in order, and I will return in a couple of moons' time, and we will voyage together, and they may share in the glory of Dar-Jee Ironclaws.
All right. One of them speaks up and asks, "Have you a ship where we can set sail?"
Of course, it will be docked in this very area in 2 moons' time.
All right. We will wait for you then. You don't have a ship docked
Of
for
course,
2
I
moons'
do not
time.
have a dock.
2 moons time.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
it might be some tiny shit, but we'll make it work, boys.
Do you not have prior business? Perhaps, well, we have a sailing boat if you are in need of one.
If you have one here and now, then if you trust me to be your captain, you have my word. I will bring it back to you, not only in one piece, but better than it ever was before. And we will sail these seas together.
I think any sort of piece is better than it is now. As you sort of like look out one of the windows, like there is a battered-looking fishing ship out there.
That'll do.
Cool. You now have yourself a battered fishing ship.
Nice. How big is this ship? How many boys can fit on this thing?
Probably not even us.
This is what he says. Roll a d4.
Well, you sent like half your crew already back to Solitude. They're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I needed to get a ship first, didn't I?
We're in the fucking port.
Oh god.
Right, let me have a look at the ships.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get shooting and make my tea and stuff and start war.
Okay, cool.
So I'll
No worries, Dino.
No worries,
message you
Dean,
out next week of what days I can do and stuff.
Sweet. Have a glorious night, my friend.
You cheers. Catch
Catch
you
you
later.
in a bit, dude.
Bye.
lad. Later, mate.
Bye.
Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba. I can't quite find them at the minute. I'll have a look a bit later.
Well, for the rest of the evening, I think at least my plan was to get royally fucked up, spread
Okay.
the joy, the word, get a good night's sleep, and then figure out what the plan is for the morning.
I don't have to go to Saltmarsh, but I will pick it up next time or something.
You don't have what?
Ghost of Saltmarsh, which is like sailing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure Black Marsh was based on Salt Marsh. Is it that way around or is it the other way around?
I can't remember.
Either way, they're both the same place because they both have lizards and they both have sailing.
Yeah.
Racist. Okay. Cool. Magical.
All right.
Have we given each other our weapons back yet?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I can say you'll see me in the corner of the tavern, just like looking over an amulet.
The one that I was looking over, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Enthir's just sort of going to walk over to Naefir, sort of plop his dagger on the table, and
Yes. Just gonna reach over to his goods.
Hey up.
Gives the rapier a quick wipe down with the blade. And give you back the sword.
I hope it was of use to you. Again, it's a very nice knife that you have.
Thank you. It was my wife's. It's very special.
I see.
Speaking of, while you're here, I want to let you know that the hag we just fought, she provided a little bit of information to me.
Was this while you was away from the rest of us?
Yes, it was while I was trying to retreat. She mentioned knowing about the shadow tangle. I think
Enthir's just going to lean in.
It seems like they are more connected, more influential, more than what I thought they were. At some point, probably after I've made sure that you're okay, I'm gonna have to head back and find out what they are doing.
I was going to say the way you said that made it sound like you didn't actually know what they were about. I thought you joined them.
I was born into them, and by sounds of it, I only know a small portion of everything. It seems like they were a lot more than they were letting on, and it seems like the whole New Roots Village issue was just a mere fraction of it. I'll keep you informed with everything I find out, of course.
His eyes are just sort of going to open wide, and he's just going to be like, can you believe the words that she says? She lives in Skyrim. How would she know about what happened on the other side of the world?
Oh, this is not about now. Like her memories and what's the word? Her interactions with stuff done with the Order. decades, maybe centuries ago. But it's something I need to find out more about.
Well, I'll keep my ears open, see if I can figure anything out. I doubt we'll be able to while we're still in Skyrim. But once all this hag business is said and done, I think we need to have more of a chat about what happened.
I agree.
And Enthir will pick up his drink and sort of head back to Dar-Jee. He'll sort of excuse himself and yeah, head back to the festivities.
All right.
After a little while, can I go up to the barkeep and ask, like, is there anyone who's like, I don't know, like in charge of this town? Is there any leadership figures?
Well, there's a few elder members of the village. Now we tend to take care of some of the more legal things. We're a little bit out of the way here, so we don't really get any officials from the city. We're kind of just left to our own devices here. Why did you ask?
Well, like I say, if there's any sort of person who's running this place or just has some sort of authority here, maybe it'd be worthwhile sending a message to the Jarl. Just mention the Beastly Boys' names and how you maybe need a little bit of aid to get back on your feet.
Ah, yes, I'll let one of the elders know to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for everything.
No problem. And then I'm gonna head out and just do a patrol of the harbor, like the dock area, just to make sure nothing's appeared.
Make me a perception check.
Perception is a 29.
All right. Cool. You notice that the amount of sort of like dead fish that has been washed up is completely disappeared, and the tides are a lot calmer than they were when you first entered. Weather seems a lot more calm as well. You do not see anything of danger or threat whatsoever. It's a very calm, early evening it would be at this point.
I'm just gonna like stay out until it gets dark and then head back.
By this time, the sun would be close to setting. Enthir, if you're drinking, and Dar-Jee, make me Constitution saving throws.
Get in +1 for a 13.
All right.
Save is a +2. That is a 10.
10. Dar-Jee is passed out on a table, tankard of half,
Alright.
half drunk of booze in his hand. Enthir is, at this point, what would Enthir be doing? He is half cut.
He's probably just talking about like how we can hit pretty much anything and use anything as an arrow. So like he's just saying to people, "Oh, give me something," and I'll point over to like is darts a thing?
Yeah.
Is like, "Oh, I'll hit the bullseye with anything you give me."
All right. As one of them passes you another tankard.
Oh, god damn it. Can I steady aim this?
You could steady aim it, but you are still disadvantaged. So you roll a normal check,
Do I at
as
least
you are
get
trying
over?
to fire
yeah,
a
it's 'cause
tankard,
short.
and you are also drunk.
It's
but-
just gonna take it. It's just gonna be like,
You would be
"Watch
doing like
this."
3 different forms of disadvantage, but because we don't
Yep.
stack them, you would just roll a straight roll.
So what? I am doing a straight roll.
Just straight roll, yeah.
All right. It's just gonna be like, "Watch this." For Jesus Christ, and not one.
Not one. As you
Obviously.
fire it,
Bear in mind, even on a nat 1, I get like a 12.
Nat 1 automatically
nat one.
misses.
Oh,
It's a critical
come
failure.
on.
As you fire it, it bounces and pings off the top of your bird, bounces up, and clocks you on the head.
I never said where the bullseye was.
Do I see this?
You have passed out.
Oh, I can't believe
You have gone hard.
again.
How much damage does
Every-
he take? Does he knock himself
honestly,
out?
Yeah, you take a point of bludgeoning damage
The funny
as a
thing is,
heavy sort of like metal rim tankard clocks you on the top of the head.
I've been
As the
passed
entire
out
bar
every
erupts with
time you've launched something in a bar. First time I hit my head on that door frame, and now I'm completely passed out.
Enthir will just be like, all right, tankards don't fly very well. Give me something else.
Picks up a chair.
Yep.
Yeah. As one of them picks up like a rotten-looking apple.
All right, I'll. Would I
Launch
have
the
to
chair
throw
at the
that?
apple.
You can't really. Fuck it, why not?
You said you could fire anything. Now make this shot
alright.
at disadvantage.
Yep, this is at disadvantage. For a 23.
23 at disadvantage.
Yep, I rolled a 12 and a
Jesus.
13.
At this time, you hit the side of a dartboard as it
Wait, what
splatters
modifier are
against
you
the wall.
using?
Using my bow modifier.
You firing?
if you-
Alright.
If you rolled like a what is it, a 10, you get like a 20 odd, don't you? So
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. So as you do that, hazy eye, you fire it, you hit the side of the dartboard as it splatters against it. As
Third
part
time's
of
the charm, boys. Give me something else.
part of the apple skin has lodged itself into the bullseye, but the immediate impact was just the side of the dartboard.
I told you I could do it. I'm just going to try
So,
and pass it off as I totally hit the bullseye.
The boat you saw, DJ, was a keel boat.
Heal.
All
right.
It's about 60 foot long, 20 foot wide. The way it's set out, it has a slightly larger carrying capacity than usual. So normally you'd only be able to carry about 7. In here, you could probably have 12 people to crew it, and then another 12 passengers. But you would be a little bit cramped on it.
Oh my god. Okay. Incredible.
The slave boat.
We don't call them that. We call them voluntary workers. Without a choice. So we
Involuntary workers.
8 of the crew would have to row the boat. The rest would be on other jobs. We'd have a total crew of 24.
Jesus. Okay, that's incredible. Sweet. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
But everyone on there would be extremely cramped.
Sweet. Okay. I think we keep it at just crew for now. So we keep it. How many have we got? There's me.
You have
Enthir,
11
Enthir.
plus yourself, plus the rest of the party.
Okay, sweet. Let's keep it at that for now. Yeah, I want to get this puppy fixed up. So I'll keep it moored in the dock. Is there a shipwright?
Within the crew, there'd be someone who would be a shipwright. Yeah, there was a whole manner of ages.
Sweet. I am gonna give the shipwright 200 gold and ask him to.
We'll do this another time because there's actual rules for paying staff and things like that, and you are currently passed out on the table.
All right, sweet. All right.
But we'll sort this all out another time.
got a boat, boys. And
You
also
have,
me.
yeah. It would basically like it'd be a very low quality, large sailing boat as a fishing boat, but can be adapted to be more of a sailing boat.
Weird, that's great news. Lovely.
Um, is there anything else you guys want to do with the night, or are you resting up?
I am completely destroyed.
Zont.
All right, cool. You managed to end up getting to sleep at the early hours of the next morning.
Don't suppose your lass invaded our dreams again, did she?
She did not. You actually had quite sound dreams for once.
Lovely stuff.
Oh, that's a surprise for Enthir, damn.
Apart from Enthir.
Yeah, and Enthir drank to the point of passing out, so he did not really have any sort of proper dreams.
Big dreams. Cool.
Alright, so you wake up in the mid hours of the morning. A bit of a headache. Dar-Jee has somehow got part of his nose pierced, with a piercing still stuck within it.
Nice.
Enthir is caked in all sorts of rotten fruit with a large lump on the top of his head. What would Naefir have done during the night?
So he would have just waited for it to get dark by patrolling and then going and meditating. He wouldn't have actually done much.
Cool. Yes, Naefir wakes up earlier than the rest of the party, getting things ready to be packed and ready to set out if the party wish so.
I need to do my charges for stuff like the orb.
Yeah,
I
if
think
you
I
guys
used
want
one
to take a long
charge.
rest.
Do we still get the benefits of a long rest even if we're wrecked?
I'll say yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
So by the time you're like up and ready to go, it's more towards like early afternoon, like 11:30 to 12 o'clock. You shake off the hangover, get some good breakfast in you. This time, not so rotten fish and various potatoes and other vegetables at this time.
Nice.
DJ probably just having raw meat as usual.
Of course. The only way. I will go out into the sea and catch my own breakfast.
All right.
I'm going to find the biggest fish I can, one for me, and I'm going to give the other one to
Make me a straight D20 check.
straight D20.
Just
alright.
really quick, Mummers. You've got one square marked. Is that the
18.
one that I used?
Yeah, it was 18.
Yep.
You managed to find this large, like fish, like just a tiny bit shorter than the length of you,
Oh my
and
god.
managed to drag it up
Sweet.
as
Yeah.
you quite easily kill it.
The lady that gave Enthir the fish, I will give her this fish.
All right. Again, she is extremely appreciative of it.
Cool. Don't forget us. And then I'll go off and find the boys.
1d4 plus 2. So that's 5 charges I got.
Am I right in thinking we need to scry again? And
We need
figure
to
out-
talk to Eunice first, I think.
I was considering not telling that until what's her face catches on.
So scrying her first, figuring out if she has anything to say to us, and then calling Eunice and saying, "Sweet."
Until
We're
we
off to
find
go and
out what
find her.
like our end game is, yeah. Because if she's as strong as she says, we might have to make a deal with her.
Well, we're not going to know that just by calling her up, are we?
Not talking about Eunice, I'm talking about Raven. What's
Yeah, I
her
know you
face?
are. But what I mean is, we're not going to know how hard she is simply by having a phone call with her.
We've also already broke a deal with her once. Why is she gonna
Why is she going to do
give
it?
a fuck?
Very true.
So if we kill this Raven Crone, like the top one, is that going to make Enthir not cursed anymore? Is that the game plan?
Ultimately, it's what was her name? Fucking Ethel. The one that I need to get rid of, the one
So
that
why?
she's hiding.
Wait, why are we going after the Raven Crone then? I thought this whole point thing was to
Because
deal
Uh,
with.
because she's
Ethel
hiding with the
hiding
Raven
Ethel.
Hate
Crone.
with her.
The Raven Crone is hiding Ethel.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Do we? All right. So knowing this now, do we go full bravado and call up the big Raven Crone and give her one last chance to give us Ethel and just bypass?
You don't actually have a way of contacting her. Scry only lets you spy on her.
Okay.
That was why I
And
was saying
her location.
I was probably going to wait until she contacted us. Because we could still maybe use Eunice as a bargaining chip. We've got the dust.
Okay. Well,
And to be honest, Ethel is the only one that we need. So
I
through
think
some
we-
divine miracle, we might be able to bullshit our way out of this.
I think we scry on her because if she is all-knowing, she'll know that we're scrying on her. Then she might contact us. So it's definitely worth scrying before we call on the frog phone, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't call Eunice until we have a game plan.
Cool. Okay. Sweet.
Okay, so what are we doing?
What do you reckon, Naefir? You're awfully quiet.
I'm just trying to weigh up what Eunice would have to offer. Like, she's a very powerful hag. There's a lot of magic that can help us. If you want to scry and try and entice her to have a conversation with the crone, go ahead. Seems
I'm
like
just
a
trying
solid
to weigh
idea.
out all our options.
I don't. Well, I'd say there's no harm in it. I don't think anything's going to come of it, but it's worth a shot.
Well, either way, we need to know where she is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to scry on it either way.
Okay.
Otherwise, we
Okay, so
we can't do anything.
what are you doing? You're scrying on Eunice.
The Raven Crone.
Oh, the Raven Crone. Okay, cool. What is the save DC on the orb?
Let me have a look. Bing bang boom.
I'm
Inventory.
going to say 15.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be like 14, 15 or something. It's in my backpack.
When we find out she has a modifier of +14.
Yeah.
She's wise as. I'm
Right.
very
Okay.
surprised if it's okay.
Omen of True. Which one is it? Is it Omen of Detection or True Sight? It won't be True Sight. You can
Detection.
pinpoint the location. Which
You have to use the scrying spell on her first, and then you can use that afterwards. So you use two
Okay.
charges: one to scry on her, the other one to pinpoint a direction, her location for the next however long.
Action to consume one cast charge. Spell save 17.
17.
Oh, damn.
Let's go, boys.
Excellent. If you could... So, 17 -5 because. Ooh. You. I think you've met the target, but you don't know the target well. However, you have
was
a
the-
possession, a likeness, and a body part of her. So
We've
that DC is
also-
increased by 16. So what's the difficulty of that?
So what, 17
31?
minus 5,
30
12 plus 16, 28.
Wait, no, 16 for the save and 17, 33. She needs to pass with a 33.
But I'd have -5, so it was a 27.
Oh no, you
I
don't
had
know
a
the target. Well,
-5.
you've met the target, so it's a save modifier of 0. But you also have a likeness and picture, a possession, and a body part, so the DC is 33.
Okay.
Let's go,
And
boys.
she fails, even though she had advantage on it.
I'd hope she'd fail.
Mm,
33.
Right.
It's
I mean, she
above
gets quite a good-
impossible.
She gets good saves. So, as you look into the orb, you are given about 10 feet away, a orb appears within her huts. The hut itself is maybe 30 feet in an octagon shape, as the floor is dotted with chairs and tables, and behind you see the back of her head, wearing this long, dark gown with a veil over the top, and she seems to be staring away at the cauldron.
Is it the one from the chat?
Yes.
Okay.
You can see the back of her head as she is staring away at this cauldron and adding various items into it.
Are you able to see
as
what
far
the
as
items are?
as far as you can tell, it looks like things for a soup or a stew or a broth or something like that. Some food item. It's this large cauldron. As you see, quite quickly darting around the room is this little girl, no older than maybe 8 years old.
Do we all see this, or is it only Enthir that sees this?
I would say you could see it within the ball.
Yeah, I'll sort of
I'll
just
look
hold
through
it
it
out
first.
so the others can see.
You hear this young girl, no older than 9 years old, sort of playing around with toys and bouncing around the room, like looking into the pot and then running around again. The walls of this room, you can't really see all the way up, but you see that on the walls there are also pieces of furniture and equipment that should not fit there. It's as if it's been stuck onto the wall itself. There's like a chest of drawers and various other furniture just stuck affixed to the wall.
Okay. Does she?
As the little girl runs to
Oh,
grab
sorry.
something, and her feet sort of stick to the wall as she runs up it and out of view.
I was going to say, does it look like the gravity has just pulled everything to the
Yeah,
outside
gravity has pulled stuff to the walls and the floors.
rather than it being fixed up there? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's the ceiling chairs. Does she seem to have reacted or seem to be aware that we're
As far as you
flying?
can tell, she hasn't noticed so far.
Okay.
As you just hear, like when she puts the pot down, you just hear the voice of her call out. Well, come on then. I'm waiting.
She hadn't seemed to have noticed. So I'm guessing she was making it out.
She
so
hasn't made
hadn't
any
noticed.
action to note that she's thinking. She's just doing the same job,
Right, okay.
but she has spoken in a way as if she knows you're there.
Does she look like the image, or does she look different?
very similar to the image.
Banner
like,
wishes.
like large, tall, slender, like emaciated-looking figure. You can't see her face at all, as it's covered by this sort of like veil, and like the veil sort of goes down into this sort of long dress. Like long, spindly arms with fingers that are blackened at the end, with these long, maybe 2-inch claws. Very Pan's Labyrinth looking character, but with a veil over the top and not much else can be seen.
Okay, so the problem if I do the tracking thing, it's only going to point me in a direction. I'm not going to know exactly where it is, right?
It'll give you a direction that you can follow. It's like a compass.
Yeah.
Well, find out.
Alright, I will do the tracking, my bob.
All right, cool.
Does that uses up another charge, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cool, I'll mark that down.
Cool. So the orb goes from the vision of this, the Raven Crone, to this foggy image that seems to sort of like blink slightly as you spin it around in the location. But it seems to blink slightly more rapidly as you go to these, like sprint to the sort of south direction.
To the south. Okay, it's pointing to the south. So what
That narrows it down.
I told you I don't get an exact spot. It just gives me a direction.
We're at the top of the fucking world.
So it could be anywhere.
Anywhere south is.
Similarly to when you try to find the location of Sabbatha, the sort of like flashing seems to be a little bit quicker than it was with Sabbatha. So she is closer than Sabbatha was, or closer than you were between Sabbatha.
Hang on, I need to
when you
remember
used it.
which
So
one
you,
Sabbatha was. Was she the spider lass?
yeah, you're probably within maybe a day or so's travel.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say to the boys that it seems to be closer than Sabbatha was originally. So,
Sabbatha was what, a day and a half, 2
yeah,
days?
something like that. Day and a half, I think.
Yeah.
So my guess would be roughly a day.
I'm confident that these people are going to be okay without us. I think we wake up the big man, we get on the Albatross, and we try and make some ground.
Well, before we go, I am going to... Is there anywhere I can get arrows from? Because I'm on 0.
From where you are, this village does not have any arrows.
Fuck. Alright. Is there any sort of like woodland around the area, or is it literally just
You
like
would have gone
unplayed?
through like small wooded areas on the way past.
Because I'm probably gonna have to craft some arrows then if there's nowhere to buy them.
I will give you 5. That's all I can spare.
Hell yeah, I'll take them. Thank you very much.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I keep clicking remove instead of apply.
Honestly, I just keep like a document to monitor like my potions and arrows and stuff.
Mr. DM, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I acquired a couple of things. I got 2 different daggers.
Mm-hmm.
I only wrote down one of them, but one of them was like a blue color, I believe.
Yes.
Is there anything? What would I need to know about this before I use it? Like, is it just a blue dagger?
As far as you can tell, it doesn't give off any magical properties.
Beautiful.
It's just a very fancy-looking underwater dagger.
Very nice, very nice. And the other one I found?
I think that was just a plain dagger as well, wasn't it?
Nice.
I was under the impression they
Yeah.
were both standard.
Yeah, none of them give off any sort of magical properties.
Okay. Cool. I have a number of different gems and stuff, but I can't see there being anywhere around here that's gonna
Nowhere around here
give
is
us
going to buy
cash
them.
rewards.
Nope.
Yeah, in a small village like this, like using gems as currency or selling gems on wouldn't be that useful.
Nah,
It's probably best to get to a larger city that either uses them as a form of currency or would have ways of selling them on.
all right.
It's quite unlikely that anyone from this village will buy anything from you. They are very strapped for cash.
Yeah.
Struggling. Okay, so what is the plan?
That's a good question.
Call your bird.
Yeah, bring on the
I think
albatross.
we wake up Sang. We make sure we've got enough fresh water because we emptied out all the water skins. Make sure we've got enough fish to last us a couple of days. Maybe cover them in salt or something, preserve them a bit. And then we call the albatross. And we not set sail, but the sky equivalent.
Alright.
Take off.
Let me see how far the feather can go in a day.
Carry in.
Right, I'm
few
back in a
chaps
sec.
as well.
If you're using the albatross, you could get there within about 4 hours. Sorry,
Okay.
5 hours. With the albatross, you have to take a rest for every 3 hours.
Okay.
So it'd be 3 hours flying, an hour rest,
And then another 2 hours.
which would allow Enthir to craft a set of daggers.
Arrows.
You can
Arrows.
fire anything.
Okay.
Did we? I think Dan's gone, hasn't he? I can't
Yeah.
remember whether we decided if we rolled on how many he got. We can do that afterwards.
I think it did, yeah.
Wait, well, I think if the Raven Crone has it, she knows that we're coming. She won't be expecting us to come on a albatross. So let's use that element to our advantage.
He knows that we've taken her feather token, though,
How would she know that?
because she sent the rock after us.
Yeah, but she wouldn't know that we can also use it.
All right. I suspect that she would probably know that that magic is out there.
Oh, either way, I suggest we get there quick time.
So, what was the reasoning behind not contacting Eunice?
We can still contact Eunice. We were just going to. The plan was to A, find out where the Raven Crone is, and B, see if she would contact us to make a deal, but it doesn't look like she's going to. At least
We
anytime
should
soon.
contact Eunice now, so she can help us fight it.
Okay, then I will
She
dial
has a
her up.
stake in that fight. That's my thought, anyway. It's up to you guys.
Yeah,
what you
no, let's
both
do it.
think.
Would you like to speak to Eunice? Yeah, in
You're
fact,
the only one who hasn't.
I dial the phone and just immediately pass it to Naefir.
Her on the other end.
Nice lady.
Hello. It's you again.
Would
Or are
she
you one of the
even-
other ones?
Would
Yeah.
she even
I don't think
remember
she's
me?
spoken to you yet. No.
No, she hasn't spoken to me.
Yeah. Ah, it's the other elf.
Yes, it is the other elf. We've
Oh, racist much.
located the Raven Crone. We're actually heading there now. Where are
Oh,
you?
really? Does that mean you've killed the final of my aunties?
That is correct. She's
As you hear like
currently
a
storing up.
loud screech on the phone. Oh, I knew you could do it. Now all you have to do is kill my grandmother, and then I'm free.
That is correct. What can you do to assist us?
I can't really do much from here.
Where are you? We can swing by, pick you up.
That's information I cannot disclose. Not until she's dealt with. However, you should know that my grandmother is the most powerful hag within Skyrim. Perhaps all of Tamriel. Do not take her lightly.
Oh, we won't.
And-
Maybe we'll even make a deal with her. She seems to be after you quite intently now.
No, that's one thing you should not do at all. Do not make a deal with my grandmother.
I mean,
Do not take any of her bargains if you cherish your lives.
it's not our lives we need to worry about. It's your life, surely. She's after you.
Why, you are the ones who are visiting her, are you not?
True.
I would much
But-
prefer to keep in hiding than have to deal with her wrath.
That is very true. We would also really like some assistance in some shape. Otherwise, you are one of the bargaining chips, really.
I'm sure we could come to some other arrangements. There are no ways to find me.
I mean, you just gave us the location of an orb that found the most powerful hag in existence, you just said. Can't be that hard to
Yes,
find
well,
you.
I'm sure she wanted to be hidden, like I. She would make arrangements. She is a fickle one. If she didn't want to be found, she wouldn't be found. Perhaps it's another one of her games. She and you are just falling into her trap.
Yes, that may be the case after all. Very well.
I walk over to the phone and I speak on the other side. My love, I'm sorry for the elfman's lack of tact.
I'll just hand it to him.
What could your loveliness do to provide us with alternate means of success?
There's not much I can do from here other than give you warnings and give you advice. I shall say, though, that if you do, under some wild circumstance, come under one of her bargains, make sure you have a means of escape. For if you come under any deal with a hag, her magic has greater presence over you. You find your will to repel any of their magics more difficult if you have said yes to a bargain of theirs. I do not believe my grandmother will harm you from the offset. She knows that you have connections, influence within the area, and she could perhaps use it to her gain. If she does turn on the offensive, make sure you have an escape. It's unlikely that you will all survive. Other than that, I hope everything goes well, and If you kill her by some miracle, or perhaps great planning, I will give you whatever rewards I can. Until then, please do not contact me again, as your rude elven friend has soured my mood. As she now hangs up.
I'm never giving you the phone again. And I put the frog. I just put the frog on my head and walk off.
As you immediately do that, the frog flies off the top of your head as you are thousands of feet in the air and flying at
Oh
an
no!
incredible speed.
Well, it's a good job we can't contact her anymore because we can't.
Oh,
I'm sure if you pick up the nearest frog, you will find a way to contact her again.
okay,
Oh my god, we got universal frog roaming.
frog
You've got Frog G.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, lads. I'm not gonna lie. I don't.
First of
feel
all,
good about this
DJ, Enthir, if you want to roll for getting back your ammo, I can't remember what we've ruled for it, but you've had a chance where the albatross has landed for an hour, so you have time to roll around.
I was gonna say just swiping branches off the trees as we fly past. It's like, oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good
So
one.
yeah, you've managed to have time to get some ammunition if you need.
What shall I do? Just roll like a d20 or something?
I can't remember what we ruled it.
I think it was a woodcarver's tools check.
Yeah, make
So I
that.
got proficiency in that.
I think that's what it was, wasn't it? Wood carving tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a 3 plus 4. That's 7.
7.
Don't I add like dex or something to it as well?
Proficiency plus. Yeah,
So I
plus
remember
like
it
your
normally asks for an
dex,
input, doesn't it?
I
Ow.
think, yeah.
So
It
then
would.
if it's
I think it'd be a wisdom because you were basically survival checking at you. So add your wisdom to it.
pretty much. Ah, jeez, I don't know. Give me a second. What is my survival?
It's basically survival check using using carpenter's tools instead.
So 3 plus 4 plus 5. So that takes it to 12.
12. All right. 12 total. I would say you would get 8 arrows.
Boy. Cool. Just over half.
All right. Is there anything else you're wanting to do while you've landed or on the albatross?
I mean, that probably will have been to.
Cool.
I think with the ones that is made, Enthir is just going to start carving into the shafts of the arrows.
Mhm.
Because my little head cannon for his bursting arrows that he sort of scribes runes into the arrows, which is why I've recently been saying whether it hits or not.
Okay, cool. If you guys want to use Sang as well, because Sang has an ability that could be potentially quite useful here.
Well, watch the magic.
No,
I don't
one of his
actually know what
Battlemaster
abilities Sang has.
things. Cool.
I
So
don't know which maneuvers he took.
it's not a
All I
maneuver.
know is
It's one of his.
Oh, the thing where he gets to see whether someone's harder than him.
Yes, pretty much. That could be potentially useful here.
For the hag?
Yep. I mean, if you have a minute conversation with it, you can basically eye up certain things.
Okay.
Cool.
AC and
so
things like that.
Can we see if she has a AC equal to? Or
not this hag, but the Raven Crone. Once
Yeah.
you get in a conversation with her, I think.
We've already had conversations with her though. We
Not
had that
in
one in.
flesh.
Yeah, true. Well, we had that conversation when she showed up, didn't we? The first time, when we went to
Yeah, you
Ethel's
would have
Bath.
been able to do that at that point. Yeah, but that's fine for
well.
now. Yeah. Okay. So I've lost my page.
So
As
what's it?
you
It's
come,
health, AC, and something else.
I think it's any of the
Any
stats.
stat?
Health, AC, stats.
So it's strength, dex, con, armor, current HP, total class level, fighter class level.
Cool.
Comparable to his own.
I think we go AC.
If you spend 1 minute or entirely, you can learn information about his capable. It doesn't say how many of them.
I think. Is it not?
It'll probably be one per usage, right? It's not gonna be
I
like
can
you
remember
spam it.
Orim asking for like 3 when he's been doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe
It doesn't say. It's up to you. I think if you spend at
Okay.
least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside combat, you can learn
Yeah.
information about its capabilities compared to your own. It lists off strength, dex, con, armor, current HP, total.
Okay,
class
I'll
level.
say you can use your proficiency bonus amounts of things, so you can get 4 things from it. Cool. So, as you fly over like a forested area, you notice a gap in the canopy, where you see all around the tree line is covered in black and black shapes. Other black shapes dot the clearing before as a cacophony of caws perforate the air. Another giant raven, although not nearly the size from the last one that you fought, sits atop a perch with a sizable bird cage shaped hut below. The large raven meets your gaze, and the air just goes silent, with then a few flaps of ravens shifting around the area.
What's the albatross doing?
It is flying across and starting to come down to a land.
Okay, fair enough. It's not gonna attack us
This
while we're
raven's
midair,
about the
is
size
it?
of your albatross. The other one was maybe double the wingspan.
Oh jeez.
This one's a little bit smaller. This one's half the size, but it's the same size as your albatross. A smell of cooking stew emanates from the hut, and as you walk up to the door, there's a large black door with a raven's head knocker now coming into view. What do you do?
I will usher Sang to go ahead. Just like, you first, big guy.
Okay. Sang knocks on the door. How is Sang knocking on the door?
Oh,
With
jeez.
his hammer, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say.
Yep, as he knocks on the door, just shouts, "Coming in." The door swings up into a large octagonal room, quite brightly lit, with braziers on certain walls. Furniture, books, and various ravens dot the room on various perches. On the floor, along the walls, and on the roof to the back of the room. Furniture, books, ravens, and other furnishings dot the walls along the roof. And to the back of the room is a raven crone, still staring at this large pot, with being the source of the smell. And she begins to turn round. As you hear the door slam directly behind you. The raven crone is a slender, emaciated-looking woman, standing about 7 feet tall. However, with the crook in her back, she could possibly be taller. Long, slender limbs, which have pale, bony appendages with black claws at the end. A veiled gown covers her face, and her eyes are completely obscured. She has a small pair of raven-like wings enveloping her sides, and upon her shoulder is an albino raven whose eyes shine a vibrant red. Take a seat, child murderers. We have much to discuss. As the pot she stares, flies up towards the ceiling, and an ornate desk and 5 chairs descend in its place. As the
Oh,
chairs slowly wander towards you, nudging you to sit. She extends her arms in a manner asking why you're here. You've gained my attention, and now an audience, in which I have gracefully granted, without issue or harm. Tell me, what is it you wish of me?
We wish for you to end the protection of. I
Ethel.
would know her name. No, it's not
Ethel.
Ethel.
Yes, it is. It's Ethel.
Ethel's the one we've been calling
No.
on the phone.
That's
Eunice.
That's
Oh,
Eunice.
We want you to end the protection of Ethel.
Are you saying this in person?
No, I would know this. I'm just not
Yeah.
good at memory. DJ,
Nah, you definitely
would
saved this.
DJ know this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, sweet.
He
We
does
want you
take a
to-
pause to remember the name, though, probably.
We want you to end the protection of Eunice and offer her to us.
Not Eunice, Ethel.
Of Ethel and offer her to us.
No. Okay,
We don't wish
I
to
could have just
harm
made this
her.
entirely awful, but okay.
We don't wish to harm her. We simply wish to have our friend returned and the spell on this one here broken.
As you do that, she lifts up this long, spindly arm and clicks her fingers. And then in her hand appears a birdcage with a small, shrunken version of the night hag inside. So, my granddaughter, what is her life worth to you? What is your elven friend's life worth to you?
We don't want her life. We simply want that which was taken returned.
That which is taken cannot so easily be returned. Just passed from owner to owner. I cannot return the life that she has given, taken from you. However, of the 7 years she has taken from this young elf's life, I can perhaps
I know, is he
return.
like 112? Oh, like, what the hell, man?
I could perhaps return it for an exchange. You get your years back. I gain those years of service. Now, I'm not taking these years of slavery. During this time, you will be able to move freely, go about your business. However, if I should call, you may come to me and return without question.
What kind of services are you speaking?
Services, just general household jobs, few murders, few killings, few items to be gathered. Does this sound acceptable?
I need a moment to confer with my associates.
Alright,
is
huddle up,
no-
boys.
And as you
This
sort
is
of huddle
no-
together, she speaks up again. If you wish for me to sweeten the deal, I will offer you my granddaughter's life as a show of goodwill. As she has failed in containing her prey, I believe a punishment is in order. Keeping her in a cage is a little bit boring for her, and a little bit stifling for me, as I have only so much room in this place.
I wish to understand the extent of your power, Elder Hag.
What is it you wish to know?
Your granddaughter.
She sort of like spins her arm around, and the entire room shifts and moves, and then darkens slightly. She sits up a tiny bit higher in a chair.
Impressive as that may be, one of our friends was banished, seemingly from this realm. I understand someone of your magical nature would know more of this than a simple pirate. How powerful are you, and would you be able to bring him back?
I can bring him back to this reality, if you so wish, but speaking of who has taken him, it might incur some old rivalries to come up, which I'm not really in the position or mood to attend to. Those who've taken his life into their own are perhaps a little bit more powerful than I, being a Daedric prince. If you wish to speak to him, that's something I may arrange. But bringing him back without issue is not above my power, just not worth the hassle it will incur.
Okay. You've given me much to think about. And then I huddle back with the lads.
There are
Jesus.
ways to bring him back quite easily. Yet I don't think you will find them appealing at all.
She's talking about sacrifice, isn't she?
Who knows?
Okay.
Now for my little deal. Will 7 years of your service be agreeable for restoring you to your normal self?
Alright. We're still conferring. Boys, what do you think? She does have the ability to bring Marquis back, although she doesn't really want to. She can easily restore the life to Enthir. That's not even a problem. I think if we are going to make a deal, no matter how much I don't want to do it, I think getting Marquis back has to be one of the main things.
I mean, it's Enthir's life for 7 years of service. It's not the rest of us, it's his decision.
If we get 7 years back on Enthir, but all of us have to be willing to give her 7 years of service.
Nope, just for
That's in
Enthir.
the deal.
Oh, just Enthir?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
She will release a curse on Enthir for exchange of 7 years of your service. During the time, he's able to move freely and go about his business, but should she call, he needs to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's on you then, big man. Because if you don't want to do that, it means we're going to have to throw down now and potentially all of us die.
Not so. We can maybe all just leave.
I was going to say, ultimately, 7 years isn't that big of a deal.
Would you rather have 7 years less, or 7 years constantly wondering if you've got to drop whatever you're doing and go and do?
Well,
the
that's what I'm
business
saying. I would probably rather lose the 7 years than being somewhat shackled to this place. And I've got affairs of my own, and if I'm dealing with them, I can't just leave halfway through.
So after all this,
Yeah, it's not quite just 7 years of your life that she's taken.
I know it's the 7
It's-
HP.
Yeah. So it's like a constant -7 for the rest of your life. I'm just using it as 7 years of service in
Yeah,
a way
yeah,
to
yeah.
try and equate it into something worthy.
Well, I'm
Um,
just. What
we
if
really
there's
should have.
something that she's not telling her? Telling me, I guess, is probably a better thing to say.
As you're doing this, she says, "My service isn't without its great benefits. I see everything that you are, Enthir. Should I say, Andel?
Yeah, yeah, you already know my name. Get on with it.
Perhaps to sweeten the deal further, I'll give you my granddaughter's life, and I will impart you with some information
What
to
kind of
deal with.
information?
A way to quieten those voices in your head, a way to use them as a weapon. Information on your village and those who attacked it. For I am not just a giver and taker of physical items. Knowledge is worth more than its weight in gold.
Well, the thing is, I could probably just go back to my homeland and find out myself without having to make this deal.
True, but I know many things that you do not,
So
and
would
it's
the
probably
people that
worth
I
your
would be
while
asking.
to know them. She leans in extremely close and takes a big breath in. I smell the reek of death on you. She's ever so strong. I cannot smell anything else in the other room other than something quite untimely to happen. Quite soon.
So what's this smell of death that you're speaking about? Is it about what happened in my village, or is it something else?
The smell is on you specifically. I know there are those that are following you. I see why Ethel targeted you. Memories of guilt, grief, and despair. A delicacy among our kind. I see you are burdened with souls. Visions of those dearly departed, bound to you. Not by chance. Dark magics have bound themselves there. And I see a target on your back, growing nearer each day. She leans in really close and begins to whisper into your ear. If you do not do something now, your friends will share the fate of your departed village, joining those souls shackled to you.
And how would doing all this for you help them?
I will grant you great boons, more power,
I'm going to need a bit
perhaps
more than.
protection.
What am I reading from her? Does she seem like she's telling the truth, or is it?
Make me an insight check.
I was going to say, considering she's talking to me, could I be inciting her?
Yeah.
That
I
is
feel like-
a 21.
I feel like, oh geez, that's probably going to be higher than what I get. A 21.
As far as you can tell, she doesn't seem to be holding anything from you at this moment. She is telling truth after truth. it's quite difficult to get a bit of a bead on whether she's lying exactly or not. But at this point, like, she doesn't seem to have any sort of changes in facial expression or anything. She, as far as you can tell, she is telling the truth. So, a deal is a deal. It is there on the table. If you decline, so be it. I have more things to discuss.
Do I have to make a decision now, or
It would be preferable. I do not wish to stay in this location for long.
well, I'm sure you can find me.
Yes, well, I'm a very busy woman, and
I'm
I
a
just
very
want
busy man.
things. You spent the last 2 weeks hunting and murdering my daughters. I'm sure your bloodshed can wait a little while longer.
And I'm sure you can as well. You've been on this
Well,
you've been here for what? Hundreds,
at this point,
maybe
she
even
stands
thousands
up
of years?
and leans right over you. The decision is here to make. Here and now. If you do not accept it soon, this deal is no longer available.
Has it been a minute yet?
Yes, at this time it's been longer than a minute.
So we're gonna want. You say 4, yeah?
4, yeah.
So AC.
AC, 19. I mean, that would be
Is
taller
it
than things
greater
anyway.
or
It's
It'll be
less?
more.
greater than,
Yeah.
so it's greater
greater
than anyway.
Greater than. Current HP, higher or
Current
lower than
HP.
106.
Higher.
Makes sense.
I'm guessing total class level. I don't know how that'll work for.
Total class level, higher.
So
Okay,
would that be a
what-
CR rating then?
Would it give you a CR rating slightly different? Because she's a NPC, she could probably take multiple classes and above what a normal hero would. Does it give you any sort of depth, or is it just higher, lower?
Higher or lower? That's all.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Class level total higher.
Well, it says compared to your own, so I guess it would be just higher or lower.
Mm-hmm.
Higher class level, lower fighter level.
Okay, so higher class level, higher HP, higher AC. I would kind of like to know strength as well. She doesn't
What
look
is
strong, but I think knowing her strength would be an interesting thing to know.
okay?
Strength, dex, or con, yeah.
What is Sang's strength?
20.
Lower,
Okay, thank you.
although not by much.
Oh, jeez.
I
Okay.
think it was gonna be.
And he would also get the idea from her that she's not much of a physical fighter.
Mhm.
If
I
backed
just-
into a corner, she probably could be, but
Hags are weirdly strong anyway. So
That's
Mhm.
what I meant. Like, if it turns out that she was stronger than Sang as well, that's when you know you're fucked.
Yeah, the only reason her strength would be higher is if she has something abnormally sort of like magically empowering her, or she's just like hulkingly large.
Okay. All right. I will. Enthir, you should think about this very carefully. Thank you for your hospitality, and I'm sure our friend has much to ponder. We'll be in touch shortly. Giving
Yes,
7 years of
well.
your life is no small decision.
7 years of life for an elf is but a blink. I promise I'm not the sort that calls every 5 minutes. So, now we have dealt with this measure. For my second point of discussion, let's talk about the deaths of my daughters.
Well, why don't you talk to Ethel in that cage over there? If it wasn't for her running away, they would still be alive right now.
Yes, well,
It's ultimately her fault for
I'm getting
not
quite
finishing
tired of
her
your
meals.
tongue, young elf. So for now, silence. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Okay, what's my wisdom? Okay. A 6.
6, yep. You try and speak another word and your mouth won't open. For such a timid-looking fellow, he does run his mouth a lot. As I was saying, for the murder of my 3 daughters, I believe I am owed something in recompense.
What do you have in
For their
mind?
deaths, I have lost power over certain areas of Skyrim, and I feel I should be compensated for my losses. I open the table to you. What would you wish to give to ease my grief? For 3 daughters' deaths, I wish for 3 things. Name them. What do you wish to offer her?
I have nothing to give. I'm a poor man.
No, I don't believe that for an instant. I have no interest in coin or gems. Little interest of anything of physicality. However, that crown on your head, I've taken a liking to it. That orb that your loud-mouthed elven friend carries in his bag. I have had an eye on that for some time. If you have nothing of physicality other than them 2 things to give, there are a few other things that I may take. Perhaps one of your eyes, an eye for an eye. Perhaps one of your hearts, a heart to hold for one of my loving lost daughters. Me taking a heart won't kill you, but it'd be nice to hold something warm again. Years of servitude, but not at the great deal that I have given your friend here. Perhaps some lore lost to the ages. I am a gatherer of ancient facts. How about an audience with someone of a great power? As an adventuring party, you seem to be well connected. Or perhaps to be reunited with one of my lost daughters or granddaughters. There are many things I wish. Things that will not grant you or take things away, or take away from you. There are many things to think of. I'm quite easy to please. At this point, Enthir, you are now able to talk again.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
As I was saying before. No, no, I'm kidding.
I'm at a loss for words. Speaking truthfully to you, we have spent the last 2 weeks on a mission to save our friend. And now you ask something of us? Give me a moment to pause, collect my thoughts, and we will offer you, potentially, something great. Until then, I must take inventory of my thoughts and our collective possessions, and we will come back to you with an offer.
Well, don't travel too far. Now that we are in dealings, please feel free to make yourselves at home. I am making a stew. Are any of you hungry?
I'll pass.
I just ate almost an entire human size of fish. I am grand, thank you. How does Naefir's face look? He has said almost nothing.
He's just been watching her the entire time. Like, no emotion, no anything on it.
Okay.
Her attention is entirely been on Enthir for most of this time.
Okay.
And Naefir, you can tell that she is like a dog with a bone.
Yep.
And she will not give it up until at least some form of a deal is made.
Okay.
And she is sort of stepping around the fact that you are wanting to leave.
Okay. I want to confer with my associates in private.
Yes, well, please do call me when you're ready. For now, have fun in my abode. There isn't too much to do here, but at least keep yourselves warm by the fire. She clicks at a fireplace, instantly lights, and drops towards your location.
Okay.
As you do that, she clicks again, and her wings cover up over her ears, and she begins to spin around again.
Okay. Is that girl still running around in the room?
You have not seen her.
All right, lads, cards on the table. I'm not enjoying this. I do not want to be in this person's pocket. I've spent a lifetime trying to get debt free. The last thing I want to do is be in debt again. We spent 2 weeks slaying all of these people, and now we're sat in her living room, warming our toes, and she feels that she's in need of things. How did we get to this stage?
Maybe she's planned it all along, ever since we first met.
Are you trying to say that she wanted her daughters to be killed?
No, what I'm
Also,
saying
with
is,
your insight check, Naefir, you would notice that her expression does not change at all when talking about the deaths of her daughters.
I was going to
There
say she
is
didn't
no
seem.
feeling of remorse or anything.
Mhm.
Like, she even casually offered up the life of her granddaughter to try and sweeten the deal.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. She doesn't seem all that bothered. Almost, she can probably bring them back anyway if she's as strong as she says. So even if they
We
do
do
die,
have that resurrection dust.
she probably doesn't need it.
No, but what I'm saying is, what we could do is offer her the resurrection.
From what she said about bringing back Maki, her magic does come with some form of give and take.
It costs her, so we could offer one resurrection dust. We need to bargain with her. She's trying to make a deal, and we're just going with what she says.
That's what I mean. I don't want to take this deal, but I don't want to do that unless you guys are ready. Because if
No,
I
what
turn
I
around-
mean is she even said for herself, a life for a life, an eye for an eye. We trade one of her daughter's lives, the ability for her to bring back one of her daughters for Enthir, and then we walk.
Nah, because that's only part of the deal. There's a two-part deal. One of them is purely for Enthir, and the other one is because she believes we owe her for killing
Yeah.
3 of their daughters.
And
is
we're
just-
the ones in control of this deal.
You get the impression that if she wanted to bring her daughters back, she would probably have ways to do so.
Yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of
at
what.
her
The
cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We're giving her the
The cost,
opportunity
or at least the
bring
cost
back
of
3.
something. The resurrection dust, with her knowledge and Lamorna having created it, there's probably, if she really wanted to, she could probably bring them back. She is, I think, I'd say she's trying to give off the impression that because you have taken something from her, whether she wanted it or not, she's now
We've
owed.
stepped into a war with the Cabal on Mars.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to get across is
Like
I-
offering her daughter's lives back could be quite meaningless to her.
yeah. At the end of the day, we've just stepped into the hornet's nest without any prep. We don't even know if we can get out. She's clearly a lot harder than we thought she was. And there's not much that we can offer her. And
There are lots of
honestly-
things you can offer her, but it does come at a cost to you.
What I'm saying is, we're not just gonna go and take the deals that she's offering. You don't go to like a street vendor, like say, "Oh, this is 20 quid." Like, I'll offer you 5 for it. It's bartering. We need to make a deal with her.
yeah, but I'm not sure what we have. I don't want to owe anyone. I'm not giving up this crown. Absolutely not. And I don't know what we've got. I don't know what we've possibly got that she would want. And I don't know. Oh. Alright, let me have a look in my inventory. I need to figure out what
I have
Yeah.
that alchemical tome.
As
Maybe that
she
would be
said,
useful.
she does not really like things of physicality. She's not interested in gold. She's not interested in items. She took
But
a
she's
liking to the
interested in
crown.
the orb.
She had a liking to the crown and the orb.
Yeah, but do we really want this person?
Those are the only things she has
kind
had any form of interest in. All of your magical items and things like that, she has not paid any mind to.
But this is what I'm saying. We've created an enemy now. We know not to take any deal she offers us. Eunice told us this. And she told us that the moment we make a deal with her, we're fucked. So if we don't take a deal,
You have also, Naefir, have not noticed any hostility from her whatsoever. No threatening action.
That's why I'm saying we should try and bargain
Yeah.
with her.
Is she she's being as far as you can tell, completely forthright with what she's been saying.
okay then. So
She seems to work in bargains and bargains alone.
yeah, but
Should it come
point-
to blows, she would fight. But from what Sanguinius has gathered, her capabilities are not based on her physicality whatsoever.
Yep. The thing is, we've seen the other one dash off Marky in the blink of an eye. None of us could do anything about it. It's a miracle we've got this far. And that none of them even had those powers. The fact that I asked if she can bring Marky back and she's like, yeah, absolutely. That means she could easily send any of us there and we'd be fucked. I honestly don't think we should fight this woman, but I also really don't want to make a deal with her. I think we
what
just.
do you
fucked
suggest
her.
then?
This is what I mean. This is why I think we're fucked.
She
Because-
won't let us walk out the door. That's why we're talking here in the room.
Yeah, like the door had slammed behind you.
Surprised it hasn't moved around the room.
Alright, well, that means we're forced to make a deal because I don't think we should fight her.
Look, even if I accept my part of the deal, we still have to figure out something about the three lights.
Yeah, like she said, she is willing for. She said it's entirely on your table. You give an idea of something that you would like to give. She said it could be anything, and she will deem it accept or not. Like you said, even taking your heart, you won't die. She just has something to hold. But then
You
again,
won't
hags are
die.
fickle, so
Give her a kidney.
so an eye could be a minor thing to give.
I wouldn't mind giving her an eye.
An eye,
Pretty
you
cool.
have disadvantage on perception checks forever.
I use a bow and arrow. I kind of need my eyes.
That's why you need to give one up.
Yeah.
Yours is worth way more than ours, though.
There are
Well,
8 eyes
not
between
mine.
you all. 8 eyes and 4 hearts and lots
I
of other
think
things.
I would look pretty fucking good with an eye patch.
Is that the crown talking or DJ talking?
We're one and the same, man. You can't separate us now. I don't know what I've got that she'd be interested in. I don't know much about magic. I don't know much about history. I could tell her a story about a magic trident I once found, but I don't know how interested she would be in that.
Yeah, it can be. Just have a think of like anything you can give. It doesn't. It can be something like very vague, like she'd said, just an audience with someone important.
We could get her an audience with the Jarl. In fact, we know
Yeah,
two
I mean, if
Jarls.
you want to end session here and you have like a week to think or whatever,
I think we actually do,
Cool.
because my god, this could go south real fast. I could maybe get her an audience with Namira. Maybe. She did talk about Daedric priests once before.
Although
Alternatively,
sorry.
I was going to say maybe we could all pray to Namira and see if she'll protect us from the hag.
You're just making a deal with another devil, then.
Yep.
Well, I'm already knee deep, boys, and so
Yeah,
far it's been
the devil you
grand.
know and the devil you don't.
Well, I
Yeah,
was gonna...
this hag's better than
Honestly-
I know Naefir.
well, we've already lost our souls because of
Yeah, I was
fucking
just about to say.
Deoxys.
Yeah, our souls we can't even give. So maybe I don't even know if we can still give our servitude because our souls are not in it.
He can't offer
she's-
up our souls.
He's already done it.
He did it
He
for a
hasn't.
fireball.
Yeah, yeah.
How does he offer up our souls?
I don't know. I don't know how soul transfer works, man. This is why I'm not a religious dude. I was under the impression that he sold all of our souls for a moment of power so that we
He
could all
didn't
go.
sell your souls. He basically promised your souls.
So at some point, he's going to come and try and take our souls.
Is that how that works?
He doesn't
Yes.
own our souls, so how can he offer them up?
Soul gems are a thing.
he doesn't own our souls. Surely, if a Daedric prince wants your soul, he'll just fucking take it. And if he's already got the okay to do it, he's gonna do it.
I mean, Derek Princes can't really interact with the world that easily. It's always through some, like, acolyte or something like that.
So Deoxys is going to come and try and take our souls for him.
So we can offer up the orb. We can offer up one of the lives of her daughters. We can offer up a meeting with someone. We can offer up what's the name? Eunice. There's lots of things we can offer up here.
Yeah.
Hell, we
Yeah,
could all do one job for her.
She did say that the Years of Servitude would not be at such a great discount for the rest of you.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be one.
But
job,
you
like-
don't really know what her servitude, like, working for her entails. Like, she'd said that Enthir can do whatever he wants. But if she needs him, she's going to call for him, and he'd better answer.
Yeah, ultimately we've got a few things that we can offer, but honestly depends whether she'll see it as worth it or not.
She's listed off quite a few things. Yeah, the difficult thing is just that that hags are fickle. And with any deal you make with them, they're usually asking for a little bit more. Similar to like Fae, if they ask for your name, you will forget your name and that sort of thing. Like, none of the deals are ever so straightforward.
Fuck it, I've been using a fake name the whole time. I can offer my real name. Or would she take both of them?
You don't know. You get the idea that any bargain you make with her is going to be a little bit wonky, but also, as far as you can tell, she is not making any weird sort of things with it. She's been quite straightforward. So, do you want to sit on it for this week and have
I think
an
we
idea?
better add.
I think we're sorting it, and we make this decision with Sang as well.
Cool. Alrighty. We're in session there then.
Well played, Mama's boy.
We will leave it for now.
This really got me thinking.